murder wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 312 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can find not just here on YouTube. You can find us on Google, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, a tomato, a pear, a cucumber, I don't know. Anyway, wherever you find us, make sure you leave us a rating so we can find more listeners like yourself. Okay. Whew. Let's do this shit. Let's do this shit. But yeah, man, Carter, how you doing?
I'm good. I was finna ask you before we started if a price sounded outlandish to you.
Oh Lord, I'm scared to ask.
But you know
now.
what? Well, you know what? No. It was about the Comic-Con conversation. I'm actually doing really well.
Got you.
Just because they updated the list of people that are going to be at LA Comic-Con this year, because it was looking kind of rough. It was whew, that was not a Dr. Pepper list of comic book creators on that list. That was Dr. Thunder this year.
Ooh.
And then this morning came and they updated that list, and it's like, well, anybody who's going to LA Comic-Con and wants to see your boy, just wave. Just wave, because I'm going. That list updating was more than enough reason to go. Now it's just a matter of trying to talk Ernie into going. I saw. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, flight and a hotel together was $7.
Together?
Yeah, it's a bundle. It was $7 together.
That's actually not horrible.
And the flights, it's not multiple. It's literally just one shot.
Just one jump.
Just get here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty slick. Yeah, no, that I would be I would be a lot more inclined to do as opposed to, because, okay, so I'm going to put you on game. So last year when I was thinking about trying to go to San Diego Con, but it kind of all came together like in a lot of ways kind of late.
There was a lot going on and it was last minute. I remember that.
Yeah. They were talking about like 15, 18, 2, some cases 3. I was like, nah, I don't want to go to San Diego that bad. But no, I do think that, I think it's doable. Well, I tell you what, you know what? When in September is LA Comic-Con?
It is September 26th through the 28th. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And you know what? I think LA Comic-Con might have the worst timing in the fucking world. And I'm going to tell you why.
I can believe that.
So, funny enough. Well, no, actually, I take it back. I'm actually going to be gone in September. Going on a cruise.
Look at him. You going to the Jericho cruise?
No, God, no. But the only reason why I'm hesitant to do it is because I'm going to be gone for almost 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And well, so the way it's going to kind of shake out is there's probably, let me open this back up again. I want to actually take a closer look at this. So yeah, there's going to be 2 caves. There's going to be 2 caves that are probably going to get missed. And
the Journey to Mystery cruise?
Right, the Journey. Nah, I wish it was a mystery. Actually, it's only a mystery because, so when people tell me we're going on vacation, I don't really pay attention to where we're going. I'm just like, oh, okay, we're just going somewhere. I don't know. It's probably to Mexico because that's usually where we always go. But shit, I don't know if I want to be trying to go to Mexico right now. Motherfucker might go and not be able to come back. Yeah.
Do you have those fucking what are they called? You got them real IDs and everything?
I
set
have to
up?
get one. I have to get one. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I actually, now that you said it, I need to go do it this week. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. We'll but like, so basically what'll happen is the week I come back, the following weekend would be LA Comic-Con. Because of the way it shakes out. Because I think, yeah, we leave like somewhere like around the 10th or 11th, and then we come back like around the 20th-ish, something around there, somewhere in there. But we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. What I can definitely tell you though, and dude, I don't know why it's been doing this lately, but man, Stream Deck need to fix their shit. But we'll worry about that later. We got 5 from Bone Factory, says, won't be here long, drinking a prep to go to a redneck family gathering, and will probably be saying, why your boy ain't releasing the Epstein files. Nah, tell them. Don't hold back. Tell them. They don't want to hear it. They look, they ain't gonna look. You know what it is? So
Bone Factory going to a whole Southern Bastards event. Real talk. Real time.
What you
Bone
said.
Factory, his very own annual issue of Southern Bastards. He about to go prep for right now. That is sick.
Man, that is, I'm not gonna hold you. I would holler. But no. Look, but you know, I just thought about, I just kind of crept into my head. I can see it right now. I can see Bone Factory just kicking the door, the whole family reunion. I don't even know if it's actual. I saw family, so I'm assuming. But like, but if it's a family reunion, just like, you imagine, motherfucker just kick in the door, like 3 sheets in the wind, and just be like,
"You can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep getting away with it."
No, dude, I would holler. I'm not gonna lie. I would supply more booze to keep it going. I'd be like, no.
Oh,
keep talking. Keep spitting. Look, and look, and the whole time, my ass would just be sitting in the corner.
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
That would be me in the corner the whole time. Shout
out to Comic Breakdown.
Hey,
he said he just sent you an email.
He did actually. So funny thing, I just saw it. I literally just synced it. Oh wait, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled. That's keep your eyes peeled, because I'll be hitting you back here shortly.
So Jerome, just going off of what Ernie said about LA Comic-Con having poor timing, has LA Comic-Con always been held in September? Would it be a problem for the industry if it was held on a different month? So when I went, when I met, Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman again, and we kind of shot the shit, that's where I found out that there are certain people on the cast of Lucifer that know the Blerd Cave. That was December, because that was my birthday present to me, was going to LA Comic-Con, because it was in the same month. So no, I don't know why they've been doing this September thing, but
oh wow,
I will say again, I just off the comic book creators, I'm going this year.
It's a murderer's row.
Yeah, it's looking way better than it was a couple days ago, and I know some people were excited because I told Ernie the Daredevil Born Again cast was going to be there. Charlie Cox, John Bernthal, Vincent D'Onofrio, Deborah Ann. They're all going to be there. And their photo ops weren't like head busting prices, but I don't like those con photo ops. I don't like them.
Dude,
goofy ass blue backdrop. Y'all be looking uncomfortable like a mother.
Yeah, nah. And then some of y'all be taking the same picture too. Like y'all be taking a picture. Like I just seen 18 different motherfuckers with the same picture with Jason Momoa. Like I'm just like, bruh, y'all ain't original.
Doing that shit, I don't like them.
Dude, speaking of, have you watched Queen of the Ring? Have you watched Queen of the Ring yet?
Is that the girl? Does it have
Felicity Smoke
from?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I have not watched it yet. I have not. It is on the list though.
Yeah. It's So what I did not know, well, I mean, I knew that you had a lot of wrestlers in it, but what I didn't know is that the movie has Deborah Ann Wall in it. I had no idea. Deborah Ann Wall is in that movie. Yeah, because she plays Gladys Gillum. She because it's supposed to be about the life of Mildred Burke, the woman who basically normalized women's wrestling in America. And but yeah, like when I looked up and I saw because it was one of those, Queen of the Ring is one of those few movies where I didn't do like any research on who was in it. All I knew was that Emily Bett Rickards was in it, who played Felicity on Arrow. I didn't pay it any attention. Like, and the only reason I even knew that much, because like when I first saw the trailer, I wasn't really paying attention to who was playing Mildred Burke. I was just paying attention to it. I was like, shit, it's a movie about Mildred fucking Burke. And when I saw that Felicity Smoke had got jacked to play Mildred Burke, I was like, oh God.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, because, for those who, I mean, I forgive anyone who didn't know this, but like, for me, like, whenever I think of like Felicity Smoke, I think of Felicity Smoke or whatever, I don't think of, I think of a skinny person, because that's how she was on the show.
How big she had gotten for the promo art, because I remember her arms, she was in shape. Like,
oh
okay.
yeah, no, like look right here, bam, look at that, look at all,
they kept using that shot for all the promo stuff.
Yeah, look at
I
all.
did see that a lot down here.
Yeah,
every bus, billboard, all kind of shit was that.
Yeah, that's Overwatch right there. That's Overwatch.
Okay.
But no, Deborah Ann Wall was in that movie playing Gladys Gillum. So I was here for it. Oh, guess who else is going to be at LA? Friend of the channel, Damon Hampton. Yeah, gonna be out here. So yeah, look, it's gonna be popping. Is what it's gonna be. Dude,
again, all you LA people, you want
Yes.
to see your boy? I'm absolutely going. It's just a matter of what day y'all gonna see me.
So check this out. Here, I'm gonna pull this up because I kind of want y'all to know about this. I'm gonna talk. I'm a brag.
While you pull that up,
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta
go
say this.
off.
I have to say this now, as a prerequisite. If you all see me, and there are any hostilities that you have for the Blerd Without Fear because of Nerds of Culture, don't come near me.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Don't come anywhere fucking near me if you cannot separate apples and oranges. If you can't separate me from Ernie, don't bring your ass around me. Because I'm trying not to be that stereotypical dude, but if you come up to me with some bullshit, that's all because of him.
Oh,
things may occur to you. I'm just saying.
Look, basically what he's saying is, if y'all pull up on him at LA Comic-Con talking that bullshit,
Nigga, please.
that's how he gonna hit you. That's how Carter gonna get y'all. He's just gonna look at you and just be like, look, it's either that or y'all gonna catch this. So
if he ain't on the boat, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna probably hit him up on Discord or FaceTime so he can see you
and be like, "Look, man, you see this bullshit." Well, so real quick, I want to brag. I want to brag on my boy real quick because he got a little something on the way, and I got to take I got to kind of chit chat with him a little bit about it. We're actually gonna have him pull up on the show here coming up in we're in July, so yeah, next I believe we set it for next month. But man, I ain't gonna hold you. Your boy out here, and got a little something on the way. Got that stellar remnants Got the because we blacks, we got to add an S on everything. Everything is plural, even when it ain't. It actually is not Stellar Remnants. It's just Stellar Remnant. But go follow your boy. Go follow him on the IGs. Damon drew this. And look, I'm just give you y'all a little taste. Y'all can't have too much more. I'm gonna give you a little taste. Yeah, I'm gonna move that way so y'all can see.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I'm just giving y'all a taste. This all y'all get. Y'all don't get no more. Y'all can't have no more. This is it. Y'all get one drop. And yeah, I was like, dude, he out here. So we gonna have him on for too long. To come and chit chat about this. But yeah, it's gonna be like a kind of a Super Sentai style comic, which, in case y'all didn't know, kind of right up your boy's alley. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also, you know what? I'm gonna share a little bit of news because we can talk some shit. I can share some things. I know stuff. So some of y'all know that we've been going through the process of getting Heart of the Darkness #1 lettered. Some of y'all may or may not be aware. And I got the proofs. I got the proofs back on the first issue. I got some proofs. And not gonna hold you, man. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the book was already beautiful, but like there is something to be said about looking at something that you created like kind of in its final form, if that makes any sense. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. I'm gonna do it in such a way because it's got some info in here y'all don't need. Yeah, when I was looking at the pages and like seeing them lettered was just wild. Like seeing them lettered is like it put a reality. It put things into like a sort of it took it from being in this nebulous place where a thing exists but it doesn't really truly exist. And then also at the same time it kind of took it out of that pocket dimension, where all the monkeys type on the computer on the internet. And and put it into a place of reality. But yeah, here I'll show you. Just like I said, this is just a little taste. This is just a little. This is just a little taste. Little taste of Heart of the Darkness #1. Fully lettered. You guys can see. This is actually probably one of the coldest shots. This is actually probably one of the coldest shots in the book, in my opinion. And there's some stuff going on that y'all probably I'd have to probably go through. I could probably go through a couple of different ways, but you can kind of see where it's going. You kind of see where it's going. But yeah, I will say this. John Stewart said, "Man, did I tear up a little when I saw it?" I'm not gonna hold you. I have teared up every single instance. I've teared up every single instance of the process of seeing this. I teared like when Quinn first started turning in pages. That was when, and it was like seeing something created from, because at first it solely existed in my mind, like it solely existed in my mind and on like a piece of paper. But then like I started seeing like, oh man, like it's like I said, it's actually coming together, like it's actually happening. I was like, oh wow, like I'm actually seeing. And then like with every process, it's been that way with every page. Whenever like Quinn would hit me up and be like, oh hey man, I got some more pages turned in. I'm like, all right, cool, let me take a look. It's like, oh man, this is so great. But and now seeing it lettered, it like I figure like, oh man, it's not gonna be any different. Like it's gonna be the same. Like I'm not gonna like be blown away or not to say like because like oh my god, it's not impressive or anything, but just because like I was thinking like, oh well, it's just words put on pages I've already seen. And then I saw a letter and I said, okay, it's real now. I was like, it's actually real. Like it actually exists. It actually exists in a way that that I'm really excited for. And I'll tell you this, not for nothing, but also the fact that like everyone who has worked on this book with me, which I say everyone like it was a gang of motherfuckers. It's really like there's only gonna be 3 names. There's only gonna be 3 names on the front of that book. And it's gonna be mine, Quinn's, and my letterer, Jason, who is and that's what makes it so special is that they're all people who I know. They're all people who I know personally, and they're all people who are also part of this community. So it was one of those things where like it actually feels like I could actually say that this, and I might do this. I might say this had like obviously this is gonna be mine. It's my story, but I'm also probably gonna put on there brought to you by Earth's mightiest subscribers. Because I mean technically, this is a community driven project. I'm actually gonna fight to see if I can get Quinn's name changed on the front of the book.
Don't do that. Not some. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm playing. No, but no. But no. Actually, I thought about treating him like a pimp named Slickback. Like be like, no, you gotta say the whole thing. You can't just say Quinn. You gotta say the whole thing. But yeah, the comic is coming. It's coming. And ooh, let me make sure I don't have this page front forward because that's the secret thing that I can't talk about. But something else that I did yesterday. Can I show this without? Yeah, I can. Actually, let's do it like this. Play it safe. If y'all are wondering, just in case if anyone's curious why I'm being cagey about something, there's a project that I'm working on that is it's a not safe for work project that I'm messing with, and I drew it in the same book that I drew something else in, so y'all can't see that. I'm trying to get that silver plaque. But basically, I did layouts yesterday for my next project, and this is the one I'm actually drawing myself. So I actually took the time. It's kind of funny. I actually didn't do it correctly, but it doesn't matter because I'm the motherfucker drawing it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like I basically was doing my thumbnail layout yesterday. So yeah, this is yet another piece to the puzzle. This will be for not for the next issue of Hot D, the other Hot D. Because I can say that now, it's gonna be a thing. I can't wait. It's nice to be able to say I have a lot of irons in the fire. So, but yeah,
put Carter's name on the nigga said put Carter's name on the book. What did he do? Doesn't matter. Don't ask questions. No. But speaking of me, because I want us to get this so we can actually go into what we're supposed to be talking about this week, which is barely a bunch of X-Men shenanigans. But going back to Comic-Con real quick, one of the people that is going to be at LA Comic-Con this year is Benjamin Percy. And I made it a point to tell Ernie off rip, I'm going to take an X-Force hardcover up there to get signed. But I'm finna ask that motherfucker what the fuck happened with X-Men 50. I'm going to ask him. And then Ernie tells me, well, you know what? Just
yeah. Let's play a little story time. How about that? So, I think some of you probably might know about this. Maybe I don't know. There's a YouTube channel called Comic Book Couples Counseling Podcast, and they have a series They have a series called it's a new one. They literally just started, so it's not a lot to it. But it's called The Stacks. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the I think it's the Criterion. I think it's Criterion Collection.
Yeah.
Where they have like the actors and directors and and
grabbing different movies and stuff.
Grabbing different movies off the shelf and whatnot. I think they just they recently had David Cronenberg and they had Ryan Coogler and Rob Delaney, so on and so forth. They've had a bunch of people on, but some of y'all have probably seen. Man, dude, that actually breaks my heart. The most recent one was Lena Dunham. Oh my god, that woman will never live down. That woman will never live down that book that she had written. Where basically she admitted to SAing her sister.
Yeah.
Like, it was casual. It was just, it was wild because, like, she acted surprised that anyone, like, gave a damn. And I was like, you just thought you just casually admit that? And, like, you thought everybody was gonna rock with it? But, like, apparently, like, she's got a show that she, like, had put together, and that's why she's kind of back in the conversation again, because apparently the show is good. I haven't watched it, but I mean, I've just heard what
the show is. But
yeah, either way, that part's not important.
Yeah.
What is important is that so the channel I mentioned, they're kind of doing something similar. And it's kind of crazy because I was originally talking about that. Like, it was something I was actually thinking about like a ways back. I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool? I wish I had the connections to make it happen where I could like get some comic creators, like catch them at like a comic shop or something, or get them to come to a comic shop and like
that would be dope.
Yeah, like just have them be like, hey, let's have you you can come in and just tell us what comics y'all like that
that'd be dope. Absolutely, that'd be dope.
It was some cool shit. And like, here, just to kind of give you guys a little taste, I'm gonna pull this up just so y'all can kind of see it. But like, yeah, you can see like,
it's even got the same. That is dope. Oh god, Chip.
Yeah. So Chip Zdarsky was on the first one, and he looks like the cat that fucking ate the canary off top. But like, they're all good. I watched both of them, but the one with Benjamin Percy stuck out the most to me. And okay. I'm gonna play some of it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna play some of it just because.
Now, so this is the reason he wanted to wait until the show started, because he said, man, Carter, speaking of Benjamin Percy, nigga, do you know how Benjamin Percy's voice sounds? No, let me YouTube it. I said, nah, let me look it up on YouTube. No, do not do that. Do not do it. Carter, save it for the cave, bro. And then he just did his evil villain ass laugh. So let me, okay.
Yeah, get ready.
How Benjamin Percy sound. Okay.
Get
writer
ready.
of X-Force, writer of the fucking Green Hour, writer of Wolverine. Let me hear him.
So here, let me pull this. I want to pull this back because I want y'all to hear it perfectly.
Okay.
I'm Ben Percy, and I am here in the stack.
Yes! 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 We got him! We got him!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yes! We got that motherfucker!
Whoa. Go back.
Wait.
I'm Ben Percy, and I am here in the stacks at Third Eye Comics.
Why that motherfucker sound like the goddamn Kurgan? Why he sound like he getting ready to walk into the chapel and be like, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
We need to get out this new episode of Transformers, but Optimus' voice actor, his vocal cords ain't all there. You mind stepping in real quick? That sound like that sound like a budget Optimus Prime, dog.
Dude, wait. wait. Why does
Whoa.
motherfucker sound like he about to cut a promo on WWE Raw? Like, I'm gonna need you to hold on, brother. Like, and full disclosure, not roasting at all.
He said this man's voice was 70 years old when he was 15.
Bruh, what you done said. Like, this is, like, honestly, as many times as I've seen Benjamin Percy's face, I have never associated that voice with him. Like, I assume he just had, like, normal, regular-ass man voice. I'm not gonna lie, this motherfucker's cold as hell. I'm scared of him now.
Now imagine that voice telling you he's writing Predator versus Spider-Man. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let that motherfucker write it. That's what
Yeah, right? Look,
I have no problems, sir.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Well, you know what I love? I wonder if this is still the top comment. I want to see if this is still the top comment. Yeah, right here. Here. I'm gonna do this so y'all can see it a little bit better.
Okay.
Right here says, I don't think we expected Ben Percy to actually sound like Swamp Thing.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow.
I was like, bro.
Wow.
Bro, well, and here's,
Y2 Noob said, I'm Benjamin Percy. Welcome to Yellowstone. I'm going to tell you how right you are. Not Kevin Costner, but the dude that was playing Kevin Costner in them flashbacks that was trying to make his voice sound like that. That's what that is right there.
Like, if you would have told me that that's how Jason Aaron sounds, I'd be like, I believe it. I believe, because Jason Aaron, he got the beard and everything. I'm like, oh, yes. That's him. But this Space Cowboy said, in a world.
Oh.
But I thought it was a gimmick. I thought he was fucking around at first. But then I kept watching, and that motherfucker was still talking like that. I was like, it's got to be a gimmick.
Wait. Ooh, I know how to get Ernie.
What's that?
Wait, and I know how to get a person in chat. Somebody in the chat just said, I find it hard to believe that's his real everyday voice. Could you play it again real quick?
Yeah. Here you go. Here.
Play some more. I actually want to watch that video.
Browsing at Third Eye Comics, I want to call attention to 3 titles that I love.
Why does motherfucker sound like he about to be like, hold on a minute, brother? He's like,
that's a bailiff somewhere.
Dude, no, you know what that
is? Somebody's bailiff.
That
All rise is what that is.
That motherfucker literally like 2 seconds away from saying, Triple H was out here talking wild spicy about me out here in the ring last week, brother. And I just can't take it. I just can't let that stand.
I promise y'all, we gonna get to comics in a second, but that comment of I find it hard to believe that's his real voice every day.
I'm
gonna fuck Ernie a whole word. What?
Let me guess. Is it Kevin Graveau?
It is not. It is absolutely.
Never mind.
This is a singer. Okay.
Oh shit. Get it.
Her name is Wayani. I just sent you a song of hers in YouTube. Play a little bit of it so you can hear her voice when she sings.
Got you. Here, let me pull it up.
I played it on Twitch because I can't remember who told me to listen to her on Twitch. But play that.
Okay, here. I got it. Here, let's Oh, let me make sure it's actually like doing what it's supposed. Oh yeah, here. Let's see. Is it? Sure. Yeah, here it is. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Bruh.
This way. Okay. That was pretty normal, right?
Right.
Don't kind of hard. Okay.
Wait, let it keep going.
You something now? You see what I'm saying?
God damn.
Now, sounds good, right?
Right.
Okay. This is her on American Idol. Now, here's what I need you to do, Ernie. Yeah. All of y'all just heard that woman's beautiful singing voice. Yeah. I need you to play that video I just sent you on American Idol and cut to 21 seconds.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I see. 20. You said cut to 21?
Go right to 21 seconds.
Oh, wait.
21 seconds.
Here we go. For whatever reason, it jumped all the way to like 138. Here, let's see.
Okay. Here you all heard her singing voice, right?
Right.
This is, okay. Listen.
My name is Wayani.
Stop. Bruh, no, I'm not gonna let you get away with this. What? Nah, there ain't no way. Ain't no way. How this motherfucker come out here talking about sounding like one of the goddamn Chipettes? Also, we're the chipmunks. We're the chipmunks. What the fuck was that? No, hold up.
And I'm from Harlem, New York.
Unbelievable.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't, woman. No, you ain't. Stop. You ain't from Harlem. You are from Chipmunkville is where you are from, goddammit. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Stop.
And if you want to, keep going.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want no more.
Uh-huh.
I don't want no more. Well, no, I was going to say, because a lot of y'all remember Cameron Graveau. Cameron Graveau, who was in the Underworld, well, I mean, not only in the Underworld movies, but is the creator of Underworld. I remember a lot of people were like, "Oh man, dude, they're putting some kind of crazy effect on his voice."
That's what I thought for several years.
Yeah, because that motherfucker, when he would talk, he'd be like, I'm like, no, that's his normal voice. That's how that nigga sound, like all the time. That just him. Look, I'm trying to see if I can actually
Said Black Beetle from Young Justice.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
Oh.
That's that motherfucker right there. I mean, that's him in a fucking nutshell. Like, he's here, right here. Let's let me do this real quick. Like right here.
Well, I've been a comic book fan since I was 12. So I'm not one of these Johnny-come-latelys, you know, who say they like comics but never really bought any issues or whatever. So I've been reading for quite some time and collecting.
Like I said, that's his voice. That's just him. That's just how he sound. They didn't add no bass. They didn't pump nothing into it. That's just how he sound.
There are so many other things I want to say about that video, but no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
That's fair.
Okay. So Ernie asked me a question this week. He says, "Oh, bruh, have you seen this?" And he gives me this image that a lot of you all have seen recently of all these new X books that are coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I look at that image. Now, keep in mind, Ernie got a real bad habit of catching me when I'm not trying to do nothing. So anytime he'll send me a message and it's in like midday, early in the morning, I'm in the bathroom trying not to work. Like I'm just
he's like, I ain't trying to do shit.
I'm not trying to do nothing. And then he just says, "You seen this?" I'm not gonna tell you what Ernie said, but he sends me this image of these books that are going to be coming out because of the age of revelation, which is what we're going to be talking about. And this is it's a list. It's some books.
Yeah, it's a lot of books.
It is.
Yeah, it's a lot of books.
That's 16, and we don't know if this is going to be 16 minis. We don't know if this is going to be 16 one shots. And when I say minis, because this is a whole age of revelation. A mini could be 3 issues, a mini could be 4 issues, a mini could be 2 issues. We just know this is 16 issues or something.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of stuff.
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't notice until just now that shit said Iron and Frost. Because I told Ernie when I saw it, Iron Frost sounds disgusting. Why he dabs?
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
This nigga dabbed at Iron Frost.
Man, like
right.
Dang. There you go. Wait a minute. Yeah. Long shots. Bam. There you go. Look, you can have that one.
Iron Frost and Laura Kinney Sabretooth sound gross. I'm gonna just say that now. Say it now. Yuck.
So like this is these are 2 of the books right here. So okay, look, let me not bullshit y'all. So this is what we learned. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to play the compliment sandwich. I want to say something nice first before I say something ugly. This artwork is fire. Ryan Stegman was eating.
Ryan Stegman is a bad man, boy. I think he may have posted this too early. So because he posted it on IG, and then Marvel had to do it like a couple hours later. But I feel like even he knew this shit looked good, so he just had to show somebody because this is a dope shot.
Oh yeah, because I mean, you've got what I'm gonna go on a limb and say these are the Amazing X-Men, I think, over here. But and you can see like Revelation and Warlock and Bay the Blood Moon in the background, like kind of in the haze back there as well. You got Wolverine getting ready to light somebody up, but like once again, we don't really know like the full expanse.
Even Wolverine?
Is
that even Wolverine?
That is a good question. That's a good question. Is it Wolverine? That's another story. Look, we don't know. We literally do not know. But what we
Cyborg Wolverine experiment. There's actually some motherfucker named Bert. Or some shit.
Like, look, this, man, this is Albert 221. You know what time it is. But no, this is what we do know is that it's kind of getting broken up. 10 years from today, the age of Revelation, and what's going on here is that you are going to be getting, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. This is a lot. You're gonna be getting 16 titles. This is 16 titles. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of the sting out that 16. Some of these are books you're probably already reading. I say that because when these books come out, kind of like what happened with Sins of Sinister, they're not going to be doing the normal line of books. So, like, a book like, say, The Rogue Storm, all this is just Storm. This is just Mireille. This is the Storm series Mireille was already writing.
Yeah, I know you're not gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
What?
Rogue Storm, Mireille writing it. Is he about to whitewash Aurora Monroe?
Well,
I bet not see Mireille Whiting and a Paquin doing lightning storm powers.
So no. You actually do not have to worry about that. See, so what's going to happen is, at least this is the way I'm taking. Well, okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The only reason why I am almost kind of concerned is because when you look at the title font for Rogue Storm, it does look suspiciously like Rogue's title card. But what I think, and it could be the case. It could be the case. And maybe some new shit has come out since then. I haven't really double checked. But what it is, it's a nod to a story arc I've talked about before.
Okay.
It's a nod to a point in Storm's history where she was the most OP she has ever been in existence, and that was when she was Rogue Storm, back in the 147, 146 issues of Uncanny X-Men. This was at a point in time where Storm was referred to as being on a similar power level as the Dark Phoenix. And is actually why Mireille is writing, and I don't know, Mireille could be here, because sometimes he be in the he'd be in the chat for the Blerd Cave, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I do.
What happen to you when you do that?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm already getting killed off in
I know,
Bakugan.
but he might take it away from his creative own. That nigga might have you getting killed in the Marvel property officially.
Oh yeah. Oh, look, I already accepted it. I'm getting iced. I'm getting axed in Rogue Storm #1. Just go ahead. I've accepted this, man. Look, look. Matter of fact.
Oh shit.
See what I tell y'all. What the fuck I told you. See, that's why I said I wasn't going to try and put words in Mireille's mouth. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I didn't do it.
Greatest. I wish Ernie would. I have ever seen.
Look.
He came right up.
Look, I already know when I Am Iron Man Volume 2 come out, I'm getting iced in that too.
Oh.
I'm gonna get iced in that. If Mireille will ever come back from Moon Knight Black, Black, White, and Blood, I'm getting iced in that too.
That's some good shit though. Black Phoenix. He says, "Speak his name," and he appears. Morewa is the African Joe Hendry. Bruh. And that's funny you bring it up. I am Iron Man because I was in the shop this week and I saw it on the shelf. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to get Iron Man right now. And then I felt a shudder, like my freedom and life flashed before my eyes. Do you know how quick I grabbed that book and checked out? And the shit out of me just trying to walk past Morewa's book like that.
Wait, was it like back in the Attitude era where Crash Holly was 24/7 champ? And motherfucker would be trying to go to sleep and all of a sudden somebody just kind of.
Dog, I real deal looked at Iron, and I don't have any problem with Iron Man, but I said, yeah, I'll look at it later. I just felt something that was just like,
why is Morewa the boogeyman? Why is he the WWE boogeyman? He just come out and be like, I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
why hit himself in the head with a clock that got eternity on it when he hit
it. Like, bam, and then and for whatever reason, just started popping locking. I don't even know why. Just started popping locking. But no,
we got to get back on brain.
Yeah, let's get back. We get back on task. But no, so like I said, I don't know. Like I said, Murray was here. He might be able to confirm. He might be able to deny. I don't know. Let's see. But wait a minute.
There you go. Boom.
So we got the exclusive. Says it'll have Rogue in it, exclusive info, but it's also a throwback to the Rogue Storm story arc. I'll send more info to the woo. Okay, all right. Look. He said it. He said it. So look, I got nothing else. So look, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
Oh no.
Look, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I would do if someone told me they got exclusive info. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. But no, I'll just say this for those who are curious. And I've talked about the story arc on the channel before. I usually take every opportunity to talk about it. But for those that do not remember, during the Rogue Storm, Dr. Doom, who at the time, was working with the Villain Arcade. They were in cahoots, if you will.
Yeah. And
at a point, Storm was basically she got turned into like a metal form, basically. That was basically the long and short of it. But because of her, at the time, crippling claustrophobia and maybe some other factors, she burst into this like all-powerful version of herself. And like, and I know some people are probably gonna be like, Blerd, you're overselling it. She was not as powerful as a Dark Phoenix, this, that, and third. I can, you can say whatever you want about that. But here's the thing: words have meaning. Words have meaning, and I'm gonna tell you why I have long held the belief that this version of Storm was on a similar power wavelength as the Phoenix, is because there was something that was said. And when writers put this dialogue in here, they do it for a reason. So there's a point where she is doing her thing. Like, she's kind of doing the typical Storm thing where you have Storm. She's like, she does like, I'm Storm, mistress of the... Like, she's doing the thing. She's doing the thing we always want her to do. But she's doing it this time with a very evil-ass fucking face. This time she's doing it with a little bit of stank. She got some extra stank on it. But basically what happens is there's a point where Colossus, he says no. He's like, you are Aurora. First off, you need to put respect on Storm. She is a goddess. Stop. Don't Colossus, don't be on that Charles Xavier bullshit. Don't be trying to tell her she ain't shit. Look, it's always motherfuckers like Colossus. You know what I'm saying? It's always motherfuckers like Colossus that be trying to tear black women down, trying to tell them they ain't shit when they is shit. Yeah, it's I don't like that. I don't particularly care for that. But Yeah, right there, off top. Colossus kind of being a hoe. But yeah, that's besides the point. He says, remember that, Wind Rider. Find yourself once more. Find your soul, your humanity. Hold on to that with all your heart and all your strength, or we are lost. You face the Gorgon within you, Aurora, as Phoenix did. You must triumph as she did not. And, it's kind of in there where, that's kind of the moment that kind of calms Storm down. Now, I know what y'all are probably thinking. Blerd. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But here's the deal. Storm, being in that moment, basically being a person that is overwhelmed with power, Chris Claremont, I'm certain, did not write those lines willy-nilly. Because he wanted to evoke something. He wanted you to think. He wanted you to think about the Phoenix. He wanted you to think about the Phoenix in that moment. It's kind of like the way when we do, it's kind of like wrestling. Mm-hmm. You have to book characters strong. And when you want, and in comics, you do the same thing. When you want people to get a feeling that something is a certain way, you have to make a comparison to something that has happened before that people are going to connect with. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why when when Marvel wants you to see something X-Men related and get you to be like, oh my God, they usually try and call back to some of those most iconic storylines that you're going to remember. They're going to call back to Days of Future Past. They're going to call back to the Dark Phoenix Saga. They're going to call back to Inferno. They're going to call back to House of M. They're going to call back, probably not the best example in this particular or precise moment. They're gonna try and get you to remember storylines like Zero Tolerance, even though Zero Tolerance, not a bad storyline, but it wasn't the greatest fucking storyline that's ever happened. I think the only reason why,
good Lord.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zero Tolerance is one of those storylines that's only really considered good now because X-Men 97 was so good now. Zero Tolerance was not that cold when it originally came out. I still think it's not. You do what you do what y'all want with that. You'll do what y'all want with that. But for me personally, I think when you are writing a story, you don't just say things to be saying them. You say things because they have weight. You want to evoke an emotion. So that's why I am willing to believe, and even based on some things we've seen more recently, I'm willing to believe that yes, this is the case. But to kind of go into a little bit more, once again, I don't have all the goriness of all the details, but a lot of the books you're gonna be reading, you're already reading, or the books that you would potentially be reading. Let me put it like that. I don't want to fill y'all's pull box up. I'm not trying to take control of your pockets, but the books, I feel a lot of these books, out of these 16, I can literally look at these and go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here, 5. At least 5.
You gotta realize. You gotta realize these are comic book fans, though. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna find a reason to complain and be mad. So
yes.
Now the excuse is going to be, even with you countering it before they say it, of that expatriate, I think is what it's called. X-Men is expatriate. X-Men is clearly just Evel Ewing's joint. Amazing is clearly Gail's joint.
Actually, I think Amazing is Jed's. I think, maybe. Okay. Possibly. I could be wrong, and I'm open to that.
Yeah, but point being, you're clearly saying y'all already reading these books. Y'all not really having to buy more. But now instead of the story I was reading, now I got to read this tie-in story.
Well,
you're gonna. So again, even with you trying to counter it, being because we have all been here before, they still gonna find a reason to complain about.
Well, and here's the thing: I'm gonna tell you right now, you're already reading Amazing X-Men. You're probably already reading Unbreakable. You're probably already reading Expatriate X-Men. You're probably already reading The Last Wolverine. You're already reading The Rogue Storm. You're already reading some of these books. Laura Kinney Sabretooth, you're already reading that book because all it is just going to be replacing the Laura Kinney Wolverine series you might already be reading. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't think it's as bad as some people. And honestly, I think X-Vengers, if you're already reading Avengers, you're already reading X-Vengers. So
nasty title, by the way.
that is actually I don't that one they could have
horrible title. But I will say this, just to kind of get that out of people's minds, because I think when you hear 16, I think one thing that pops into a lot of people's head is something that Ernie cover your ears.
Oh,
this nigga covered his ears with the headphones.
Sorry.
Holy shit, you people! This isn't Night Terrors, so I have. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. No, gotcha.
It's not that. When you see them 16, your mind go to that. It ain't that.
Right. We ain't talking about 82 tie-ins.
I think you all can live. What the reason I'm mentioning that is because when people see that many tie-in stories, that's where their mind is going to go to, and we know how that particular cookie crumbled. So I don't think you have to worry about that with Marvel as much. But even though I'm kind of poking fun of the people that's always gonna complain, I do kind of see their point of, because this was a conversation I saw some people talking about with DC, but with Moreira in here, I'll use Moreira as an example.
Oh yeah.
People are going to be enjoying his Storm book. They want to continue to see where that story is going. I am, but and I saw some people talking about that with Greg Pak when it came to, people were talking about it with Cullen Bunn when it came to his Magneto run. Really good book. What happened to that book though? They really fucked it. Iron issues. Events.
Oh yeah.
So you're
100%.
enjoying that story. You want more of that writer's story because you're loving that writer's story, the art and everything. But then they got to go do this event, and then they got to go do this event. And look at what we've had so far, where I guess this is me just wanting people to leave Moreira alone. Let him do what he's doing over here, please, and go on. Because we got From the Ashes, we had X-Man Hunt, now we got Age of Extinction. Every time this brother start cooking, y'all bring y'all asses over here and show to check him out of the way, because you swear something you solved it. I promise you, this gonna add a little bit more to your cooking. It ain't. It ain't.
No.
So that's the only. I get it. I'm gonna still poke fun at y'all about it, but I get it. Y'all just want Moreira to be able to cook in his own kitchen, and somebody trying to show to him out the way because they promised that this spice is gonna add that little bit more to his cooking. It ain't.
Nah.
So I do get that point. But I will say some of those titles, nasty titles as they may be, I'm interested to see how they're gonna do this. But that Laura Kinney Sabretooth just sounds so gross. I don't want to see a just nappy-headed, disheveled Laura Kinney drooling all over the goddamn place. I don't want to see Gabby, little honey badger, boss, shooting shit out of somebody, doing the X-Men vs. Street Fighter Super. So I get that part, but
what if she show up in the Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth fit?
And like, gonna have a little honey badger on the goddamn leash like Wild Child? No. What ain't wrong with you, Ernie? No. Sinister 6 might be something. Long shot. I feel like they only bring him back for these little mini, little tie-ins. I feel like that's the only reason that brother gets brought back.
Dude, okay, hear me out.
Go ahead.
What if because it's long shots, plural.
Yeah.
So what if it's all the motherfuckers that have luck powers together? Like, what if it's long shot? What if it's
that
domino?
Gives me more domino, I'd read it. If it gives me more domino, I'd read it.
What if Iska running with him? What if Iska the Unbeaten running with him? Because technically her power is not inherently luck, but it basically is. Like, what if it's just a bunch of motherfuckers with luck powers is all like just grouped up?
Boy said, who's long shot? Exactly. You know what would be funny? Anytime you bring up Iska, I always think about that Magneto and stuff fight where I think it was Roberto. I bet you he'll lose. And she realized she just got.
Oh,
and now he has to. That always pops into my head. But
dude, that's a fucked
that
up
book
power to
you
have.
just said that with Domino, with Iska, with Longshot.
Mhm.
Let me know who's writing it, because that actually sounds pretty
Dude, I'm
interesting.
saying. Tom,
That sounds pretty interesting.
Tom, hit your boy up. Yeah, you need Tom. See, you know what Tom needs? Because I've been watching a lot of old Key and Peele lately. You know how they did the skits with Obama where he had the anger translator?
Mhm.
That's what Tom Brevoort need, but Tom need a hype translator. Because see, some of this shit don't sound all that great. Some of it don't sound, but I will say this. You get me, so you hire me, see, and Tom, you could put this type of show, and then I come out and just be like, yeah, see what this really is, and see, I can hype it and get folks on board. See, that's what you need. Tom, what I'm saying is you need a hype man. You just need a hype man. And you know what? Sometimes your greatest enemy can be your ultimate friend. So, holla at your boy. I'll like, if you put me on the inside, and I'll help you. Because I want this, and matter of fact, you could be like, hey, maybe you could bounce some ideas off me, and I could be like, hey, that's ass. How about you do it this way? And then that way you can sell some books. But no, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this right now, and I can tell you. So I'm gonna tell you where you got me. And I saw some people bring up, oh wait, how is Spider-Man a part of this? Why is Iron Man a part of this? Why are Cloak and Dagger a part of this? Well, and you see Binary. Why is Carol Danvers involved in this? The thing is, if you go back to the OG Age of Apocalypse, a lot of characters that aren't X-Men related were a part of that universe. As a matter of fact, Captain Marvel was a part of the original Age of Apocalypse, just not in the way you would have expected. That everything kind of turned around and went a different route. Okay, I'm gonna make a case. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take on more of a positive approach on this than what I originally was going to. And the reason why is because I actually think I can make some sense out of all this bullshit. So, first off, I want to start with let's start with the Amazing X-Men. Which, to be fair, I think I got even more proof that I think the Amazing X-Men might just be Jed MacKay's, because we actually got a look at this is a cover for X-Men Age of Revelation Overture, and it uses the same font as the Amazing X-Men. Not to mention, his X-Men is the only one that's adjectiveless, and that was kind of the context clue for me, is that, amazing, which they did amazing before, but like I was like, amazing, that's a stand-in. That could, you switch out the rest of it. It could be adjectiveless. That makes sense. I just saw this cover like 2 seconds ago. That's why I'm kind of showing it now.
They actually just messed you up because of something you said last week that we were laughing about, that Marvel pretty much realized that new look for Cypher ain't really cutting it. It ain't really doing it. And now you look right. Yeah. And look, it has returned.
Dude, that's the nastiness. Yeah. The nasty. I was like, dude, what was wrong with Cypher? Why'd y'all have to? He didn't need that kind of a glow up. He didn't need that. Like, he didn't need that much of a glow up. But to put us back on brass tacks, right now, you've got so Amazing X-Men. You're already, if you're reading Jed MacKay's adjectiveless X-Men, you're already reading this book, most likely. This is going to be the Cyclops book. This is going to be the book where Cyclops has gone full-on revolutionary mode. Will he still have his PTSD issues? Will he still be having his panic attacks and all that stuff? Is Magneto, has he, because that's another thing we got to think about too. We're talking about a squad that after everything is all said and done, still has Magneto on it. And remember, Magneto had been going through some shit. So, like, what happened? Did his shit get straightened out? What's going on here? Also, man, so you know how we had Dark Beast? Oh, no. We got White Beast now. Or are they gonna call him Light Beast? Also, man, why Glob got the strap? Like, why Glob got the strap out here? Like, what's going on here? Also Zorn back there in the cut chilling.
I'm gonna let you just move past this albino beast you just tried to incorporate.
Well, I will say this. I actually like this lineup because one of the things I always found weird is that these characters are already on the adjectiveless X-Men. Glob, Zorn, they're already in Alaska. We just don't ever see them do shit. I think Zorn does a little bit more than Glob, but for the most part, Glob's just cooking. He ain't doing shit. And then you got Jennifer up here, who, to my understanding, has not taken a mutant name yet. But I'm almost positive that's Jennifer. The Beast Boothang. So yeah, there's that. But to get us away from that, you got Unbreakable X-Men. That's where I think the Uncanny are gonna be. Honestly, that's where I think the Uncanny X-Men are gonna be. Because like this is basically Sins of Sinister. Like, I mean, it's Age of Apocalypse, but it's Sins of Sinister too. Because remember, Kieran Gillen was on the Immortal X-Men. What book did he write for Sins of Sinister? The Immoral X-Men. Al Ewing was writing X-Men Red, but there was no solo Storm book at the time, at least not one that was tied to the Krakoan era. So what book did he do? Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, which tracked, because that's actually what the X-Men Red were. They were called the X-Men Red as a book, but they were actually the Brotherhood of Mutants. That's actually who they really truly were. And then when you look at what was it? Cy Spurrier, yeah, he was doing the Legion of X. The Legion of X book, and I think his was called what, Nightcrawlers, which, that's kind of far afield from being called Legion of X. But what was Legion of X?
You knew that was the Nightcrawler book.
Yeah, you knew it was a Nightcrawler. Yeah, it was because it was. Man, dude, it is so wild how Legion was not really the star of that book. Like, I mean, he was, but it was really Nightcrawler's book. If we keep it in a book.
The one Legion run people know of is Cy Spurrier's, but I hear everything you're saying with that book, but even with you saying all of that, two of these things are not like the others.
True.
And when I say that, there are two books here to me that y'all, honest to God, could have left them to their own devices to eat, because anybody can pick that up. To me. One being Undeadpool.
Yeah. I wonder if Cody is still writing that.
And that was going to be my thing. I think you could have left Cody Ziegler alone to do that Deadpool book. Y'all don't need Deadpool as much as y'all think y'all need Deadpool. And the last Wolverine. Let Saladin Ahmed do whatever he is doing over there with the evil adamantium possessing motherfucker. Leave that boy to his own devices. Leave Cody to their own devices. Because those two, y'all could have had a nice 14, but I understand it would not have looked as good with just them two empty spots. But y'all could have figured that out. Sinister 6, I don't have an opinion on, because number one, I don't know who's writing it, and number two, I still have the Sins of Sinister effect still stuck in my head. And depending on who's writing that Sinister book could be a fun one.
Yeah, it could be.
That could be a very fun one. Cloak and Dagger, I'm more so just wanting to see who's writing it, what it's about, before I have any goddamn opinion on it.
I tell you what, here's one thing I do wonder about Cloak and Dagger. Or actually, no, correction. Not Cloak and Dagger. Here, let's zoom in. Cloak or Dagger.
That's how every single person plays it on Marvel Rivals. You don't know which teammates you gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get that DPS ass Cloak the whole match, or you just gonna get a Dagger who only heals her partner in them.
Right.
So that's a Marvel Rivals tie-in book right there. Yeah. That's what that is.
And honestly, I'm actually curious to know whether or not that's how they're gonna play it. Like, are they gonna play it as like is this one of those instances where, kind of very similar to Marvel Rivals, is this a situation where you can only have either or, like they can't exist in the same space at the same time? Yeah, that's actually what I think is happening with this. I mean, like I said, I have no inside track, but that's what I think is happening with this book. I think that's what's going on. I actually find it interesting. I don't know if I have this 100%, but I'm gonna say it right now just because I get this is my show. I can say whatever the fuck I want. You know how Stephanie Phillips dodged the X Manhunt you know, she dodged the X Manhunt mandate. We're like, man, everybody got to do a book.
She waved that.
Dude, she was like, woo. Like, she's like, I ain't doing. She's like, I ain't doing no tie-ins. But like, if you look at this binary, the binary up here, I'm willing to gamble.
Is that a Phoenix on the A?
No, it's a star of Hala, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say
it's a Darkhawk book.
I mean, it might be. Shit, I don't know. Actually, you know what's kind of fucked up? It almost looks more like a Nova star than it does the Star of Hala, actually. I think there's a lot going on here. But, like, I have a sneaky suspicion.
That nigga with mutants, and he just chilling.
Dude, and that's the fucked up part, because, that was Al.
No reason to be in the X-book. He was just there.
Yeah, Al was just there. And yet, also, what Austin just said, the wings. Look at the wing. If you look at the wings on the title, I think this is I think this is Stephanie's book. I think this is going to be in place of Phoenix. And I don't know how that's going to play. I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know how much of this is going to be Captain Marvel and how much of this is going to be Jean Grey or whatever. I'm not going to try and, make any guesses there. But yeah, also, yeah, I love how they were like, hey, look, y'all remember Iron Frost? Y'all remember Iron Frost? We putting it back together. Iron and Frost. I don't know how I feel about this one, because, it's like, so y'all gonna put these motherfuckers, back on a duo? Like we gonna pretend like y'all didn't split them up at the end of the Krakoan era? Like what's going on here?
Motherfuckers are currently going crazy on Reddit because they think Danny Rand finna get him a piece of Miss Frost. Because they don't see Iron Man, they see Iron Fist. Yeah. So
I saw a lot of people think like that. Radioactive Spider-Man, not gonna hold you. I actually wouldn't be upset if this actually turned out to be like a follow-up to Uncanny Spider-Man. But because that was a book that, while it was not an important title to the overall scheme of the Krakoan era, like the Fall of X era, it was still a fun book, because it was nice to see Nightcrawler just kind of doing his thing. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be Spider-Man. He's like, I'm just gonna be Spider-Man. I'm just gonna walk around with Spider-Man costume. He's like, I'm totally just gonna infringe on this motherfucker's copyright. Fuck it, why not? And I love how this motherfucker, like bear in mind, Kurt was on the run. Kurt was an internationally wanted criminal. And what was his idea? Dress like Spider-Man. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna make it hot for you. Oh, you are muted, sir. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I better not be.
No, it was like, it took a second for the audio to kick in. I don't know why I was doing that.
I was gonna say, I can't really be mad at Kurt in that book, because he's on the run and still found the wherewithal to go ahead and break Silver Sable off.
Man, look,
good time.
Look, put her in the fucking coquina clutch a couple of times and said, "Let's go." Had her in the. Actually, he had her in the Muscle Buster, for a few here and there.
He ruins everything.
Hey, look. Hey, you know what? Jasmine did point out something. That sham marriage never officially got annulled.
Did it not?
I don't think it did. Actually, I'm thinking back.
In the last issue.
I'm thinking back on it. I think, you know what? Oh no!
Didn't she take some of Tony's money or something?
So here's what happened. Because that's the thing I think a lot of people got wrong about the Iron Man Emma Frost marriage. Legally, he was married to Hazel Kendall. He was not married to Emma Frost. Even though Hazel Kendall is an alias for Emma Frost, from a legal standpoint, they are not the same person. Because that was a persona she put on to hide in plain sight. But when I go back to it, if I remember correctly, there was something that happened where I can't remember if Hazel because like I said, it's been a while since I've read it, but I want to say there was something where she rode off into the sunset or some bullshit, or something. I don't remember the full. I don't remember the full breadth of it, but yeah, there was something to it. I just remember her giving him his money back. I remember she gave him his millions and whatnot back. But beyond that, I don't. Oh no, I take it back. I think, did She-Hulk do something about it? I can't remember. There was something that kind of came up within that. Oh, here it is. I found it. It was She-Hulk. I don't know if she ever. Okay. I can't remember if they said whether she finished it or not. But there was this part right here. She-Hulk. Basis, oh yeah, I almost got the annulment done. But I don't think they ever followed it up after that. I don't believe they ever followed it
Shit,
up.
they ain't got
after
no opportunity to because West Coast Avengers got canned.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, that's another story altogether. But yeah, like they talked about it. I don't think they ever said it out loud after the fact. But yeah, it was. I remember there being something with that. I remember there was something like weird that had occurred that basically like it got waved away because they were like, nah, we don't want to fuck with that shit. Going into From the Ashes with motherfucker having whole marriage hanging over his ass and all this other bullshit and.
Get everybody on the adventures of Charles Xavier in Imperial. We ain't trying to worry about people getting married.
We trying to get Jonathan Hickman to write Charles Xavier again. Is that not more important? Yeah, West Coast got I regret to inform y'all if you did not know, West Coast caught the axe. West Coast caught the axe, and the thing is, Marvel. I will give Marvel some credit on this. They have changed to a new mandate. They have changed to a new mandate where they give books 10 issues before they cancel them. And I think West Coast, they haven't gotten to that 10th issue yet. At least I don't think they have. But like they're gonna finish out their issues and then go off into that good night, that sweet good night. But yeah, Iron Man and West Coast got canceled. That's the wild part. That's the wild part to me. I was like, God damn. I said, y'all. And here's the thing. I just want to point something out. Everybody who tries to use that ugly ass argument with me that characters like Captain Marvel are not popular because her book gets relaunched all the time, that's just proof positive to me that y'all don't pay attention to how many times Iron Man and Ghost Rider and Punisher and what's the motherfucker's name? Hulk.
Yeah.
All the motherfuckers get relaunched all the time.
I thought about you this week, man. I was reading a Reddit thread about, I think it was about Captain Marvel, and there were several people that were pissed because they're talking about how Carol Danvers is a great character. She was great as Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
She was great as Captain Marvel, but the problem was Civil War II.
Yeah.
And that is something that she has that's still a negative stigma that she still has till this day.
Yes.
Because Bendis did her dirty with the characterization that she had in that book, where some books still attempt to try almost to keep her with that kind of vibe. I don't know how true that is because I don't read Captain Marvel like you do.
Not really.
The one constant I have seen is like, Civil War II did her absolutely no favors, and she is still paying for that horrible characterization to this day.
Yes, she is. As a matter of fact, I can tell you off top that for me, just this is my understanding of the situation. If you are someone who has never read Captain Marvel or Ms. Marvel, you haven't read any of that shit, I'm gonna put y'all on game about something. Captain Marvel, the things that people complain about with Captain Marvel, her being a feminist, her being really aggressive and strong-willed, stubborn, and kind of always kind of having that yes we can energy. A lot of people think that started with Captain Marvel because, like, I always see the people who usually are her biggest detractors are always people who used to love her when she was Ms. Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah. So here's where I'm going to tell you how I know they're full of shit. Because she was that way even when she was Ms. Marvel. Even when she had that little skinny ass bathing suit on, she was the same fucking way.
That's what it is. I think a lot of you motherfuckers are more upset, and I don't mean everybody. So don't come to me because I will actually rip your fucking heads off. But I feel like it's the same thing I saw with I hate to put it on video games real quick, but let's bring up Street Fighter 6 real quick. All right. You know how Cammy used to look in the old Street Fighter games, ass out, green little onesie, whatever the fuck. Street Fighter 6 came out. She got on jeans, got a jacket on. She's still whooping ass. Still the same character.
Same character.
But because she ain't got that ass out no more, everybody fucking complaining. Everybody's bitching, moaning, and crying. Right? You look at Carol Danvers was the same from when I was reading her in New Avengers with the miniskirt on to the few books that I have read recently. I can 100% say that I was one of those people that got really annoyed with how she was written in Civil War 2 and didn't want to read anything else from that character. But I think the one issue with a lot of y'all asses is that it's different writers. So what that did for me was like, okay, I'm going to get away from how this dummy is writing Carol Danvers. I'll go over here to how these people with these thick ass omni-sized runs are writing Carol Danvers, because apparently they know what the fuck they doing than what this individual said that they were doing. So
because trust me,
you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. That was absolutely that is the same thing that's currently out here right now with the drumline jacket on. Like she coming straight to do a battle of the bands at the HBCU. That is still the same person that wore that with the thighs. That's still the same
character. Look, the only thing that changed is that she covered herself up, and that's what got people. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Because Carter, I 1,000% agree with you. Civil War II almost made me hate Captain Marvel. And here's the thing. I say as a guy, I'm an unabashed, unfucking ironic Captain Marvel. Like, not just Captain Marvel, just Carol Danvers in general stan. I have loved Carol Danvers ever since the moment I first laid eyes on her back in the day when she used to be with the X-Men. When she used to hang, like back in the day when Carol used to just willy-nilly hang out with the X-Men for no good goddamn reason. Motherfucker just show up at the X-Men.
Before Nova. It was Nova before Nova.
like Carol Danvers used to just, like, look, y'all think I'm bullshit. Y'all think I'm bullshit. There was a time, y'all. There was a time, I'm telling you, where if you were reading X-Men, there was a high fucking chance that you would see, like right here, boom, right here, boom, right here. This is Uncanny X-Men number 153 right here. She's just sitting here chilling with Storm. Just chilling for no reason. Ain't got no excuse to be at the goddamn X-Mansion. But she is there hanging with, and a lot of people forget this, her and Storm were friends. Like, not just like, oh, I'm just hanging out. Yeah.
More books would do this. It ain't just got to be the mutants with the mutants. That girl just at the house.
Just hanging, just chilling.
That's like me coming over there. We ain't talking about comics. We just kicking it. I really wish they would do that a lot more, to where it's not this, oh man, look at these two. We don't really get to see this much. Like you saw with like keeping it with like Carol chilling with the X-Men. You used to see that shit a lot with Spidey and Human Torch. You don't really see these characters just interact. It's literally just they're segregated.
Right. Well, no, here, Birdner, dude, this is how much she's beer. Xavier, wake up and say, man, this bitch still here?
Oh, bro.
Look, but no.
Charles hit it with one of them. I think your parents are looking for you.
Right? But no, like
it's time for your little friend to go.
But like, if y'all look like Rear, and I'm gonna set up so y'all can see it a little bit better. But like right here, that's her right there with the Shazam shirt on. That's her right there. That's Carol. That's Carol right there with the Shazam shirt on. And here's the other thing. So the thing that I think people really need to understand is that she never, look, here, I'm gonna pull, let me.
Ooh, there you go, Tully. Like Ben Grimm's poker games where everybody is just chilling playing poker. That's a good example.
Dude.
That's a good example.
And here's the thing. I have this right here. This, like, it has OG. It has the OG. It also has like the new school on it. But this is not the Kelly Thompson run. This is the old school. This is the original.
Oh, that is a scumbag move, dog. That is a scumbag move from Marvel. They done bamboozled several people to spending that 125 thinking they finna get a up-to-date run, and you see some shit from the 60s. That is a scumbag.
That is some wild shit. Could you imagine not knowing any better? Could you imagine not? Because here's the thing.
Nasty, bro.
Because here's the thing. You only, so check this out. You only know, here, let me see here. Does it say it on the front? It don't even say it on the inside. So yeah, you only know if you just don't If you're in the know, you're in the know. But if you pick this book up and you're not like paying attention, this is in fact the original Captain. This is like the original Captain Marvel. As a matter of fact, not Captain Marvel. It's the original Ms. Marvel. And it's everything Ms. Marvel up until bruh. I forgot they had the balls to do this. Ooh, I forgot they had the balls. They put Avengers 200 in here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Why would they do that? But no, Carol, matter of fact, y'all want to hear something crazy here? I'm gonna really fuck y'all's heads up. Y'all want to know how bad Carol used to fuck with the X-Men? When they did that ugly ass story arc of Avengers 200, where Carol was revealed to have been SA'd by the son of Immortus. And then basically they did this whole deal where Marcus, his name was Marcus, which that's just wild that motherfucker's name was Marcus. I still don't, I don't know. That still sits kind of ugly to me. But like when they did that story arc, Carol, she was going through some stuff. She was having a really tough time. And when the Avengers pulled up and were like, "Hey, Carol, you want to come back with us? I know we didn't do you right when you was going through some shit with all that, but you want to come hang with us?" And Carol was like, "No." She's like, "Nah." Because when they pulled up, this is the thing that people don't talk about. When they pulled up, she was chilling by the pool with Spider-Woman and Storm. This how you know, like right here, boom. This how you know who the ride or dies are. Because like she was like, when they pulled up, they were like, "Oh yeah, what's good? What's really good?" And she was like, "Yeah, like when look at the side eye Storm giving. Y'all done seen that shit before. If you never had a significant other, specifically a significant other that like it don't matter male or female, that part don't matter. But if that significant other has a female friend, that's the look that your ride or die gonna give when some motherfucker that ain't shit pull up and they see you getting ready to go talk to them. Look here, y'all don't fucking believe me here. Look, I gotta zoom in on this. Look at Storm face. Storm like that face is the epitome of this nigga. Okay, No. But for those that are curious, the issue in question, this was Avengers Annual number 10. If I believe it was. That was Avengers Annual number 10. Tubes was I don't give a fuck what anyone say. Carol and Jessica were dating. Look, I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of always been my headcanon. Yeah, they can say they're best friends, but they
remember at that time though, they probably couldn't say what they really wanted to say. We had to deal with that with Batwoman and Renee Montoya.
Sure,
and they were actually supposed to get fucking married. We finna cut all this best friend shit out. Just no. We getting hitched, and then Diddy and them said, "Fuck out of here." No,
no, they. So, like I said,
it's safe to say they probably were.
They were doing the thing. They were doing the thing. But no, I'll just say that it really okay. So in all truth, the reason why Carol Danvers was hanging out with the X-Men was because like Charles was helping her get her mind right after the whole Rogue thing. Because that was actually a mandate by Chris Claremont. Chris Claremont did not appreciate the way Avengers 200 handled Carol Danvers. So when because this was all kind of coinciding with when he was writing X-Men, he eventually ended up bringing Carol over because he was like, I'm gonna be a steward for this character and protect her. So that's why she ended up kind of hanging around the X-Men a lot more. That's actually the reason why. But all that aside, kind of getting us back like kind of on
Getting back to
track.
this
Yeah.
age of
This age of
apocalypse
nastiness.
number 3.
Yeah. Look, Age of Apocalypse one more again.
Dog.
That's what it is. You know what it is.
I'm not trying to be negative, though, because I want to keep it as positive as because a lot of you all are probably going to buy these books. A lot of y'all are probably going to enjoy this book. A lot of y'all probably really want to see what Cypher is going to do, being the new and improved Apocalypse for the 99 and 2000. But I just want to ask, don't you feel like we have gone to the AOA well a tad too many times, though? Like, I feel like y'all are just throwing shit and seeing what sticks. That's more. That's
Man.
That's even more apparent with fucking Gwenpool. But
yeah.
Oh God! And then I saw one of your video thumbnails talking about how Ghost Spider and brought back the real Gwen Stacy. Like, dog.
So yeah, let's talk about that here in just a minute because I have some thoughts on that.
Okay,
I have some more thoughts on that. But
my whole point was, don't you feel like we doing that kind of shit there too many?
Yeah.
Are you really saying that the House of Ideas ain't really got that many ideas no more?
It's just the same ideas. It's just the same ideas. Well, and I'll answer this one right here. Michael Harmon says, how does Rogue still have Carol's powers like super strength and flight? So it's funny you say that. She technically doesn't. She has Wonder Man's powers now. Don't look. It's a thing. You had to be reading Uncanny Avengers. You just kind of had to be there for Uncanny Avengers. Basically, that was Rogue's team. And I think her first.
You talking about Volume 1, right?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I think yeah. Not the Fall of X shit, but like the first shit they did. Gotcha. Yeah, that was Rogue's team. She still technically has Wonder Man's, like, I don't know if she still has the ionic stuff. I don't think she still has I mean, if she does, she ain't using it. But for whatever reason, she kind of slick held on to Wonder Man's shit. To my understanding, she still has it. And here's the thing. Oh, so another thing too. If I remember correctly, because I know I talked about this not too long ago, my memory's kind of hazy on it. But if I remember correctly, I think Wonder Man was trapped inside of her for a minute, and that's kind of where all that came from. But yeah, even when he left, she still maintained some of his powers. So it's a crazy thing, and not only that, there's some weird shit going on with Rogue. Maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know. But yeah, Rogue's powers have changed so much that, like, sometimes I feel like some writers remember that, you know, the whole touch thing isn't that much of a factor anymore, and sometimes I think people forget. I think sometimes they remember, sometimes they forget. I don't really know.
Sometimes will forget, and then she touch a motherfucker and they just sink.
Well, no, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Carter, because I think I think I remember you telling me you read this. Did you ever read Mr. and Mrs. X? Did you ever check that one out?
I did.
So do you remember how they gave her that upgrade in that book? Where, like, she could take powers and range?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember that.
How often have we seen her do that shit since?
I remember that because it annoyed me because I'm like, okay, are they finna just try to muscle sync out and put her in? That's what I remember that. I remember that now. I remember that. Yep.
But notice, so you know the only other book I actually saw her use that shit? It was in Captain Marvel. It was in Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel because Rogue was siphoning Carol's powers from a distance.
Because this is probably a writer who read other stuff and wanted to take from that stuff as opposed to.
But notice,
I'm trying to be positive, and he's giving me more bullets to put in this clip.
We just sit here like for whatever reason we just doing this shit looking like motherfucking Nick Frost and Hot Fuzz. We just loading up bullets, just like shame.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Back to it. I remember what you told me when you first sent me the image of all these books. So with all 16 that we know of, I know what you told me beforehand, but I want to see if that has maybe changed what books are you looking forward to in that Hot 16?
Oh man. So I can tell you off top. I wish I had a way to do this, but I don't think I do.
Do what?
We'll do it like this. Well, originally I had a plan and then I forgot to set it up, so we're not going to worry about it, but I'll say this. For me, you know what? Here. You know what? No, fuck that. Fuck that. We can do whatever the fuck we want, Carter. You know that?
Okay.
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yes,
and you know how I know?
How?
Because I have this.
A remote?
No. I got a pin. So check this out.
Out of flashlight. What kind of 007 shit you got going on over there, bro? And yes, Triple Dot. That is Gillen's Young Avengers Omni, and that's the Jerry Duggan Savage Avengers Omni. That's the last we see of Conan in Marvel before they lost the license and Titan scooped it up. So yeah, that's what that is. That's what we got on display this week.
That's basically it. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open this. So basically, what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open this up, and here, let's put it.
You're gonna play bingo, crossing out fucking books we read and not reading.
Pretty much. That's what I'm plotting. That's what I'm plotting. God damn it.
Okay.
Here, let's do it like this. Let's go to the display monitor. Let's turn that off. Turn this. Let's turn this on.
That the ultimate nullifier. I hate when people bring him up because somebody in your Discord was talking about that book Vengeance, where America and shout out to Joe Casey and Nick Drago that wrote Vengeance. But I remember being so fucking mad when I saw the covers for Vengeance, because the covers and what's actually in the book could not be any more goddamn different. Bro. So now that's just seeing the ultimate nullifier from City is Black. It just reminds me of how I felt so cheated seeing Magneto and Doctor Doom all on the cover. And this is a book about America Chavez, the ultimate nullifier. I don't give a fuck about this little ass boy. Fuck out of here. And then I had to see him again in Gillen's Young Avengers, which was funny. But all right.
Yeah. I feel where I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to see if I can actually get this to show up. Because I'm messing with something, and
you said okay. Well, while you're doing that, I can just answer. So, Mr. January 16 said, "Are omnis just the way to go for physical copies?" Absolutely not.
No.
Okay, so I'll tell you like this because I've said this before. If a book you like comes out in a trade first, in a trade only, get it right then.
Yeah.
Omnis are only if it's a long run that you genuinely want, and I only like to get omnis if I know it's going to be separated like volume 1 and volume 2. Gillen's Young Avengers was only like 15, 16 issues. That Savage Avengers, that's technically volume 1. That's Jerry Duggan's, but the second volume was bad and it didn't even have Conan in it. And this is what I wanted, and people in Marvel knew that, so that's why they put this one out real quick before they lost the license. So no, I wouldn't say omnis are just the way to go, because I think you have to think about it from how you want to read shit. Do you want to have this big hulking ass omnibus, or do you want like a hardcover or a trade or something like that? So no, they're not the way to go. It's however is better for you. What is more comfortable for you to read?
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. So here, this is what I'm gonna say. Let's go ahead and just say it off top.
Mm-hmm.
So Rogue Storm.
Pulled out the Microsoft Paint.
Nah, this is Clip Studio. this is what I use to draw to do my comic.
Okay. So you got Rogue Storm. Okay.
Yeah. Rogue Storm. I'm gonna go ahead and say, look, let's go ahead. This is an obvious one, because I mean it's clearly the main book, so you know.
Yeah.
But Rogue Storm And then X-Men Book of Revelation, that's kind of an obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I think these are kind of obvious too.
He's doing this to prepare you all for the videos that are going to be coming on these series and these series only.
Oh yeah, probably. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Don't expect don't expect me to cover all this bullshit. So, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna say that's a question mark. Because that's a maybe. This is a maybe. This is a maybe purchase. I'm gonna say no. No on Laura Kenny Sabretooth. And honestly, no on Last Wolverine. This is me. That's just me.
No. I'm fine with that one. I'm complete. That's what I'm saying. Though. But keep going. I'm gonna let you finish.
Undeadpool, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no radioactive Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Ernie, what if radioactive Spider-Man is Spider-Man Rain?
Wait. What? Okay,
Fresh
so
off
is
of
it
killing Mary Jane?
So what you say? This is Spider-Man Reign 3 is what it really is. Is it going? Wait. So is this going? So what you're telling me is Heir of Apocalypse was a stealth setup for Age of Revelation, which is also in itself a stealth setup for Spider-Man Reign 3. Dude,
read Marvel.
This
boy.
is wild. Look, we better shut up because we're gonna give the motherfucker some ideas. I don't want it. Iron and Frost. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Here I'm gonna put a question mark next to Long Shots because if it's the book that I'm thinking it is, then it's an automatic circle. But if this some bullshit, I don't want it. I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want that. Omega Kids, not gonna hold you. You lost me on the title alone. I don't want that. Okay. See, I keep want to say X Avengers. It's just this is just a we can't do that. No, I'm good. I'm good. Now that leaves us Sinisters 6 and Binary. This is another question mark because, like I said, I'm kind of like with Carter. That title sounds cold, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little scared. Because it's called Sinisters 6, which is trying to be a play on the Sinister Six, but also an obvious nod because it's got the diamond in there as the apostrophe. It's trying to also be a Mr. Sinister deal. And I feel like they're going to make it where I'm going to have to read Radioactive Spider-Man to probably get the full story. So I don't want that. So that's it's all going to be contingent on some things. There's a lot of moving parts to this. And then Binary, you got me. Because, once again, there's the promise. There's the promise of more Carol Danvers. The promise. That's a promissory note, is what that is. But yeah, that's just me. Okay, first off, I'm not gonna hold y'all. If Sinisters 6 is just Sinister clones,
that's what I'm thinking. If it's just 6 Sinisters,
dude. Okay, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. If it's that,
it's so gross.
Oh wait, no, wait, hold.
Just erase the whole.
Look, I almost erased the whole thing. I just realized I was writing direct. Let's take the whole. Actually,
no, just cancel it. Just get rid of that book, Marvel.
I ain't gonna hold you. I would probably read that. I'm not gonna hold you. I probably would read that. But see, that's not what it is. So, or I don't know if that's what it is.
Bro, if it's a book of 6 Sinisters, I'm gonna go off.
Look, if it is, then yeah, I will do this. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. What were we even talking about? I don't even remember. What even is that?
The original Sinister just wiped the Sinister 6 from existence. And
a minute. I was gonna say, did we not just have a bunch of Sinister clones just running around? Why are we going back to that well again? So okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all about something. I've noticed something about Tom Brevoort. Let me bring us back in here. I've noticed something about y'all boy Tom Brevoort.
Mm-hmm.
He loved taking shit that was already a thing and then trying to make it like it's some new thing that ain't nobody ever seen or heard of again. Like, for a motherfucker that always kind of seems to be dumping on the Krakoan era, he do love going back to it, like, on the slick. Like, case in point, Sinister 6? Dude, we already had a Sinister 4. Do we need 6?
I didn't say it. Blackgate Comic Geek just brought up a good point about Binary I did not think about. He said they've been shoving a lot of Kamala Khan with the mutants since the reveal, so I don't even think Binary is going to be Carol. It's probably going to be Kamala.
If it is, I would still read it.
Okay.
Yeah, because so here's the thing. As a guy who unabashedly loves Carol Danvers, that same love is transferred to Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
So if it did turn, especially with some of the stuff they've done kind of slick recently with the whole like,
I mean, she was the focus of that fucking vigil. They spent way too much attention on her ass as opposed to how you would want to know every other mutant is doing that was on Krakoa.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of like, man, look, I thought y'all just.
I don't give a fuck about Kamala right now. No.
I was like, I'm trying to figure out who Storm baby daddy is. That's what I'm looking for. But no, I just wanted to be known that, I mean that's kind of where my vibes are. With that, like. But yeah, like, because I remember when Joe Casey put me on game about the whole Weapon X-Men thing. Yeah. Like, when he told me that, like, because he had pitched Weapon X-Men before that ugly-ass Weapon X-Men with Greg Land on it drop. And yeah, he was like, basically, he's like, Tom basically took the name, ran off, and then put it in the Krakoan era shit. And I was like, dude, and I said, it didn't even, like, here's the weirder part. It didn't even, like, I mean, it honestly didn't make a whole lot of sense for that book to be called Weapon X-Men because, I mean, it had Wolverine in it, and different versions of Wolverine, but just, I don't know, just if it just didn't feel right. But Joe Casey's Weapon X-Men actually felt right, even though technically not all the characters were Weapon X related. It still felt more appropriate for those characters to be called Weapon X-Men than a team of Wolverine clones, if that makes any sense. That's crazy.
Clearly pulled a Jack move and then looked at Joe and said, "What you gonna do about it?" That is nasty. That is nasty.
But yeah, I mean, just now I don't want to get lost in the sauce because there is some stuff I kind of want to go back and address real quick because we do have some got some super chats I want to hit up before we move on too far, because I meant to actually go back to these earlier, but like we were just having too much goddamn fun. But no, we got one from Pop Culture Guy 3000 with the $4.99. Says, anyone else want to see an older Bailey Briggs teamed up with an older, wiser Miles in Radioactive Spider-Man? Be a waste if we don't get a glimpse of that. Carter, I don't know how you'd have to put me on game. I don't know how you would feel about this, but like for me personally, if that's what Radioactive Spider-Man was, especially considering that Spider-Boy recently got canceled.
Yeah, leaked.
Yeah, it got late-keeked for sure. Well, I would actually... So, okay, yeah. If it was one of those things where... Yeah, if they... Excuse me. If they went that route, I wouldn't be against it. Not at all. I would... Yeah, I think I could get jiggy with that, I think. Would you? Well, like, how would you... I know you have... I know you have some thoughts about Spider-Boy, so I don't know how you would feel about it, but... What do you think? Do you think that would play?
Yuck. Moving on. So funny enough, I've an older, wiser Miles has already been seen to the Marvel viewing audience. You want to know where, Ernie?
Spider-Man?
Most Rain 2.
Oh, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they dude, I'm not gonna lie, that was nasty work though. That was nasty work though. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know. I don't know if I can let that one fly.
But no, I don't, bro. If radioactive Spider-Man is just another excuse for Spider-Boy, I'm not reading that shit personally. No, y'all didn't even know, because y'all not finna do nothing else with him, really. Like,
that's fair.
Y'all didn't do shit with Alpha. Y'all tried y'all hardest to get Spider-Boy across, even made him superior, and it still got lit boot. So putting him in a goddamn X-Men related tie-in ain't finna do nothing for me or anybody else. No.
No, I mean, I feel where you're
say
coming
again. From. Yuck.
This motherfucker. I had a feeling. I just had to ask. So with that, let's look at this next one. We got another one here from Jay Keno. Shout out with the 2. Says, got a new job, just wanted to add to the collection. Hey, Jay Keno, we appreciate you. I'm glad to have you back. I saw you in here. I thought you could sneak in this motherfucker, but you ain't sneaking in this motherfucker. But yeah, I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind it personally. But we got another one here. We got this will tell you how this is in regards to Colossus. Earlier we were talking about Colossus being on that Fox News bullshit. Gilsbo said, well, he is from the USSR at the time. Man, who remembers that movie, Back in the USSR? I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. I'm probably the only person who does. Back in the USSR. Well, I don't know, some dumb shit. Anyway, we got but thank you, Gilles, for that. 1999 super chat. Also, shout out to our people out here in the memberships. Because here, I'm gonna bring this up. Let's see. We got Devontre out here who's gifting Blerd Club Gold memberships out here to Comic Breakdown. Or actually, here, let me switch this up because I just realized I still had the other screen set up. Here, let me do this. Bam! There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're back on track now. I found it. And we also got Tubes of One out here with the 44 months of the Blerd Club. Silvermine says, sup, B and C. I love that. But for whatever reason, when I saw it, I almost wanted to say powder after it.
I knew that was coming.
That's showing some age. But no, it says, tuning in for my new Tubi apartment. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Tubi bought you an apartment. Oh, Tubi apartment. I was going to say, Tubi bought you an apartment? How nasty is that crib? Good shit, bro.
Hey, well, you know, that's not Rupert Murdoch money, though. So, I mean, it might be substantial. Also, shout out to Jay Keno, also with the Blerd Club Silver, out here as well. Yeah, there we go. Just out here doing the damn thing. We love to see it. And okay, so my thing is, you're kind of going back to it. You're getting back to the to the age of revelation. Man, I'm not gonna hold you. This could be something. It could not. I won't hold you. When Sins of Sinister was coming out, I kind of had a similar attitude towards some of the books that came out. Or that were announced, because when I saw, like, I was originally not particularly crazy about Nightcrawlers, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But then, like, I read it, and it actually ended up being probably one of the books I liked. I mean, actually, I liked all 3, but I feel like, man, maybe we shouldn't be trying to reheat the same leftovers as the Age of Apocalypse. Because, Carter, do you remember how many tie-ins they had back in the day? Do you remember how many tie-ins there were back in the day for the original Age of Apocalypse?
How many were there? I just know it was company-wide. That was one of them ones where, you weren't. It wasn't like a Stephanie Phillips where you just get the call off. No.
This
mandatory. I do remember that.
No, you had, so basically what they did, you had Amazing X-Men, you had Astonishing X-Men, you had Factor X, there was Gambit and the Externals, Generation Next, Weapon X, and Excalibur. There's also X-Man, X-Man, and X-Universe. Which I think was like just a couple of issues, I think maybe, give or take. But I mean, all of them were short. They were all like 4 issues, give or take. And I mean, it wasn't anything bad, because basically they were doing the same thing. It was like all the books you were just reading anyway. Amazing, I forget which one was which, but basically Amazing X-Men and Astonishing X-Men were just the X-Men and Uncanny X-Men that were already coming out. You know, Factor X was just X Factor. They just flipped the shit around. Gambit and the Externals was, I mean, honestly, it was just a Gambit solo, basically. Which I think at the time, Gambit was probably the one X-Man other than Wolverine that got solos more than anybody else. Generation Next was just Generation X. Excalibur, all they did was just change how you spell it. Weapon X was just Wolverine. Yeah, so it wasn't like they were creating any books that you weren't already picking up. So I think that's smart on Tom Brevoort's part as far as some of these books go. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe we should not, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe we shouldn't be trying to have this many fucking books. Like, what was, you know what the thing I think a lot of people you say, and I don't know if Comic Breakdown's still here, but bruh, yeah, and anyone else who might remember this as well, but I remember,
but bruh,
like, I remember when House of X came out, and everybody was happy because, like, oh man, they're gonna bring the X books back, and there's only 6. And then what did they do? They just kept adding books. And what did people keep saying with every book that got added? Here we go again. Here go these motherfuckers again. Here go these motherfuckers again.
One. Every time it was we don't need another one, it was like 2, 3 more that came out for House of M. Lord Jesus.
Because dude, when they did the I remember, bruh, check this shit out. I remember when they did this shit with From the Ashes. And it's like, oh, there's gonna be 3 core X-Men books, and then we got 6 other books that are gonna come out alongside it. And everybody said the same shit. So we already off top coming out the gate swinging with 50-11 books. Like, we already coming off top with 9 books off rip. And it's like, man, think,
though, and they fucked with people too, because I remember a lot of people that were excited when they saw NYX. Oh, Laura getting a solo book?
Nope.
Not big time.
Wait, is Kai coming back?
X Factor coming back. He's gonna do something fucking Multiple Man?
Nope.
Not big time.
Nope. Man, X-Force coming back. Are they gonna do something with Beast?
I know there were hella people hype about X-Force because so many people hate Ben Percy's run, so they wanted it to go back to like brass tech and hit 10, and there was nothing Forge could build to keep that book any longer than 10 issues.
Dude, that broke my heart. That shit broke my heart.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, it was like, really, when you think about it, the only thing about that book that was familiar was Sage.
Forge?
Oh, well, Forge too, I guess. But like, I think a lot of people saw it because, they were using the classic 90s X-Force font. So like, me and like a lot of other people, even though I knew Tom said he wasn't going to go straight back to cable right away, I was thinking, oh, we're going to have a team that's going to probably have like Sunspot. We're going to have a team that's probably going to have like Deadpool, Domino, maybe like Richter, Shatterstar, something like that. Maybe this is where we're going to see Thunderbird or Warpath show up, or something like that. Nope. No, sir. No, sir, Bob. They gave you the exact opposite of that. They said, nah, we ain't doing all that. We doing our, like, look, I love Jeffrey Thorne to death, but that motherfucker basically said, nah, I'm doing my own X-Force, and it's gonna have blackjack and hookers. He said, that's what I'm doing. And here's the fucked up part, Carter. You wanna hear some bullshit? You see how they use this, dude? They were Marvel. I don't blame this on Jeffrey Thorne, but I do blame the marketing office for this. They advertise this team with Deadpool front and center, and do you know how many issues that motherfucker is in?
They sure should be. How many issues? Oh wow,
one issue. That motherfucker was in one issue. But and here's the thing, and and don't get me wrong, you advertise, you get, oh man, we bringing Surge back. Y'all killed that motherfucker off in the first 5 issues, and didn't bring Surge back to the very last one because you got canceled. So you knew you had to clean the shit up.
At that point, that's not Marvel to blame anymore. That's Jeffrey Thorne. I was gonna say the same thing with Iron Man getting canceled, because the one thing about both of those books was, like what you said with Jeffrey Thorne saying, "No, I'm gonna do my own thing with this X-Force." And Ackerman with that Iron Man. I want to do something different with Iron Man. I'm gonna do my own thing with Iron Man. So both of them had to taste the boot from doing their own thing. Maybe you all can look at Stephanie Phillips. Maybe you all can look at Moreira because they doing their own thing over there. Gail Simone doing her own thing until Tom Ford and these goddamn events get involved. Evil Ewing doing her own thing over there. And those books, Jed McKay, they still out here. They still out here. You really got to, y'all got to do something, man. Marvel got to do something. These creatives have to do something. It's a lot more really Marvel than these creatives, honestly, because just look at these books that we have out right now. Somebody made a comment about what you said about like Spider-Man or something. They were like, well, it's like 5 of them motherfuckers in New York, so one more book shouldn't be so bad. I'm
just saying.
It's a lot that needs to, and I remember, and you'll remember this, when they said they were going to slow down on events because people were getting fucking sick of an event ending and then another event happening right behind it. And that's when the books were $1 more. So you spend like $6, $7 on these issues that you're having to buy because of these goddamn events and stuff like that. And they said they were going to slow down.
Sight.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then you get, it's okay. We know that the House of Ideas will have some ideas. Look at Krakoa. That was an idea. Y'all just didn't know. Y'all didn't continue the goddamn idea.
No, they did not.
Look at the Ultimate Universe. I don't know why they just won't do what they're doing over there. There are not a lot of books over there, and they're able to be quality, and they got people going to get them. Absolute doing it as well. I don't understand how you can take one huge forward step with Ultimate stuff, and then you take like 4 states back with main Marvel.
Not 4 steps. Not 4 steps. 4 states.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, and here's the thing. I see where Bird Nerd's coming from. I see where Bird Nerd's coming from with this. Saying, you know, boys, but it sucks to limit books because it means less creators have jobs, opportunities to make a name for themselves. I get that. And here's the thing. And this is what I always want people to understand. I'm never saying that, like, you know, maybe some people shouldn't get a chance. It's just that, and I'm gonna tell y'all something I know. And I'm not gonna name names, but I have talked to some people in the industry. And a lot of the time when they get put on these books, some of these people are being put on books that aren't, I'm not going to say they're not meant to succeed, but sometimes they're put on books where they're not really truly being allowed to tell the story they want to tell.
I know you don't.
Carter knows exactly who I'm talking about because I've talked to him about this behind closed doors, and we will never say the name of who it was, but you know, I've had people come and speak to me and say, yeah, I was asked to do this by a Marvel or a DC, and I was not really the writer of the story. I was just the person who wrote the script. Because
they
honestly,
have something to say about you writing the script.
Yeah.
So you can even.
Yeah, a lot of the time, like, okay, dude, perfect example. Well, not an example of this, but example of like marketing, because you know, just to kind of follow it up. That's a great point. Or the marketing is whack, or it's filler from editorial. How many of y'all remember the marketing? I know Carter remembers this because he and I giggled about this bullshit when it happened. How many of y'all remember when Donnie Cates was on Hulk? And they did the whole thing where they said that Titan was gonna be Hulk's null.
Remember that?
Y'all remember that bullshit? Like, it was supposed to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be like, you're like look, I want to, just in case y'all don't remember, I'm gonna bring this bullshit back up. The marketing for this, Marvel literally fixed their face, say, yeah, this guy is gonna be Hulk's null. Now, I remember when Carter and I talked about this, we both had thoughts about this. But one of the things I think we both kind of came to an agreement on about this is that these weren't Donnie Cates' words.
No.
This was the marketing department. Oh, yeah, see, Donnie was on that Venom, and that Venom was heat, right? Y'all like that Venom, right? Y'all like Null, right? Well, we got Donnie. Y'all come over here and read this shit. And oh, by the way, yeah, he's making a new villain for Hulk, and he's gonna be just like Null. Y'all like Null, right? Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
Spoiler alert for the 15 issues of Donny Cates Hulk run. Y'all want to know what the fuck Titan was? And even what the character actually is even more stupid than the Null of Hulk. Y'all want to know what Titan was for all you people that didn't read it? You know when Bruce Banner gets mad and he turns into the Hulk? You want to know what happens when the Hulk gets mad? Titan. Even though we have how many goddamn decades that say when the Hulk already angry. That's how he get power. That's how he gets stronger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he gets. No, when he get mad, he hulks out. And when Hulk hulks out into a goddamn Titan. Stupid.
I sleep.
Love Donny Cates to death, but to market that as that when it was actually this was...
Like, honestly, I think that if they would have marketed the book as, hey, what happens when the Hulk hulks out? I think that's... It would have been dumb. Don't get me wrong. It would have been dumb, but it would have been way more honest. It would have been and honestly, I think more people would have gravitated towards that book. Because as dumb as that idea is, I've seen people gravitate to dumber fucking ideas.
Fair. I just feel like they should have strictly marketed that shit as Star Trek Next Generation, except his banner inside Hulk. They just should have marketed Starship Hulk. I think had you just boots on the ground and just marketed that shit as Starship Hulk. Yeah. And then while you reading it, what the fuck is a Titan? That would have been a completely different thing, dog.
Dude, could you imagine how much more palatable? Like, okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I actually really like the whole Starship Hulk aspect of it. The idea of Banner compartmentalizing how he controls the Hulk as you're comparing it to being a Starship Enterprise captain. I thought that was a dope idea.
It's on the shelf. It's on the shelf. I got it.
Like, I know a lot of people, like, look, I get it. I know a lot of people didn't like it because they thought it was too hokey. They thought it was too corny. But here's the thing.
It's comic books, you knob gobblers.
Right. It's like, dude, look, I remember, okay, I'm going to show y'all a panel. And this panel had me solidified as all in with this shit. When that motherfucker did this shit right here, when that motherfucker reached out and the little thing came up and he could, like, yeah, he had the little lever and it had all the different levels of Hulk on it. Like how far he pushed it was how much like, and with every push of the lever, it changed what threats
was fire.
That Hulk was fighting.
Especially with Ryan Otley's art doing that, that shit was fire.
Also, because this was in his mind palace, this wasn't like this. None of this was taking place in the real world. Hulk could go off. Like, this is Hulk knocking someone's head off by swinging a tank. They didn't even charge y'all more money and call it bullshit Red Band.
Right? That's what they could be doing right now. Dude. I guarantee you if this came out right now, that is Hulk Red Band. Oh, my Lord and Savior.
100%. Oh, 100%. This motherfucker was out here, dude. Every issue, Hulk was covered in blood. Every issue. This was, dude, wait, what was this shit right here? And then this part here, I'm gonna show y'all this. This part wasn't even in the Mind Palace.
Please. Red Band.
Red Band. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all can't see that. Also, why was he breaking off Viltrumites just flying through the air like that?
That's why I have the first 2 trades from that run, because the last arc of it, that was all Ryan Otley. I just wanted Donny Cates portion.
Yeah.
That Starship shit was dope. It was dope.
Like, look at this shit. Why Conquest out here?
You know why? Because Ryan Otley was on fucking art. That's why.
That motherfucker, dude, Ryan Otley didn't give a fuck. He's like, it's my shit. I can do whatever I want. He said, who gonna sue me? Me?
But here's the thing, though. Greatest thing about that, guess what that is? That's an idea. That's something different. House of ideas.
Dude, yeah. That was
something different.
And here's the thing, you know what I think would have been better? If they actually would have taken the whole Starship Hulk thing, they should have, for one, yes, I agree. They should have just made the book and called it Starship Hulk. But here's where I do you one better. Instead of just treating it as just another mainline Hulk book, do that shit like you do with like Avengers Twilight or oh God, I'm blanking on another one. But like when you do those kind of like almost kind of like how DC does like the Elseworlds books or like the DC Black Label shit. That's how you do that shit. Just do the book and just focus on telling a good story. Don't try and make it line up with any other bullshit going on in the rest of the universe. Just tell your story and be done with it. And because that's why I think Immortal Hulk did as well as it did. Al wasn't really trying to make it fit in with anything else. He was just telling the story he wanted to tell, and if it lined up with everything else, cool. If it didn't, fuck him.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Is that what happened with Immortal Thor? Because I don't hear nobody talking about Thor as much as they're talking about Hulk big time.
No. And honestly, you know what? Man, let me tell y'all something. Man, dude. Okay. So
when your child missed the game-winning shot is what he just did. Because he know the car ride home is going to be something.
Oh, man. And you know, it's fucked up too, because I know that feeling. I actually legitimately know that feeling because I have literally watched my child when they're playing soccer miss a shot that I know they could have made, but because they got nervous, they like kind of like what they say in football, you started hearing the footsteps. You started hearing the footsteps of the motherfucker trying to come up and hit your ass. It was kind of like one of them where like they can hear the motherfuckers coming to try and take the ball, and I think they just kind of panic. So I know that feel. It's just like that is kind of how it because Immortal Thor on paper when it started, I thought it was heat. But like it was one of those books that like the longer it kept going, the weirder it kept getting. And I think like, well, I don't mind weird. It was like doing some shit where I was like, I feel like I can't keep up with this. I feel like I can't keep up with this. Okay. But yeah, Hulk be damned. And the titan of it all be damned. I do want to take a look at this. We got something here from Space Cowboy .exe with the 5 says, who do I got to make a deal with to get a solid damn Iron Man book? Mephisto, Justin Hammer. I'll go free Mandarin now if he can get me if that can get me one. Here's the thing. You need somebody who actually gives a shit.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about writers. I'm not talking about writers. Because as Carter just plainly stated just a little bit ago, Ackerman tried. They were trying to do something. Yeah. I mean, it was different. They tried to think outside the box a little bit. It didn't pay off, I think, ultimately. And Jerry Duggan also tried to do something different with Iron Man. And I think the editorial office kind of hoed him. Because I think that, okay, y'all remember how we were talking, like I talked about this before, how like that Riri Williams part felt kind of forced at the, like when we, like, so they did the whole thing where it's like, okay, Christopher Cantwell's running on Iron Man. She got the Mandarin ring. Seemed like they were going to do something with it. Then Jerry Duggan got the book and it was like, okay, Jerry Duggan's trying to do something with it. And then Riri just mysteriously disappeared for a while. And now we know because Stephanie Williams spilled the tea that she was supposed to get that Riri Williams book that would have addressed her having the 10 rings. And then it would not have felt so weird when we got to Fall of X and Riri just gave the rings up willy-nilly and ain't even had them that long. Like she was already getting corrupted by them and we really didn't even see her use them all that often.
My question to you all in the chat, in the comments of this when this gets uploaded, and even in Spotify comments, I actually want to know, with that question, what was the last good Iron Man run to y'all? I saw somebody say that they really enjoyed Christopher Cantwell's run. I know Rob told you and I that he really enjoyed Christopher Cantwell's run.
Same.
Okay, but yeah. That's one thing I've always wondered because I really don't hear a lot of talk about like Iron Man runs, and then I see a super chat like this. What was the last like unanimously just favored run of Tony Stark?
So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. For me, and I agree. I agree with Rob. I agree with a lot of people, and I think it's actually. I feel like on comic book YouTube, I've kind of seen a pretty similar consensus. That the best Iron Man run we've had in 5 ever was the Christopher Cantwell joint. Cause it was heat. It was heat from start to finish. It was heat from start to finish. Even some of the weird shit that happened in it, I was like, no, it's still good. It's still cooking. Even with like they did the whole thing with Rhodey, and I was like, oh, I don't really like how they doing Rhodey in this one. But oh wait, I see what they're doing. It's like it was like as soon as I saw something I didn't like, it was like, oh, it's just part of the story. It's just part of the story. We just need I just need to have faith and just believe in the process. Just believe in the process. And that's what I feel. I will say this because I think I just saw Triple Dot say it too. Said last one he said he read was Fraction.
Just run. You know how long ago did it? Dog,
that was a while.
That was Civil War.
Yeah.
That was Dark Reign.
Dark Reign.
Like, bruh, that's why I genuinely want to know. He said it was not good. Y'all bugging. I ain't read Cantwell's runs. I don't know. And don't you dare sit here and say the superior Iron Man. I will flip this table. That was a fun book. I said unanimously praise from everybody. But here's my point though. Fraction. This brother said Fraction.
Bruh.
You done had Kieran Gillen on the book for a while.
Dan
you
Slott.
had Dan Slott on it for a good minute. Even did a spinoff with not Arno. That's Stain. No, it was Arno Stark. Isn't that his brother's name?
Arno, yeah. Arno Stark, yeah, that's the one.
Okay. And Slott did like 2 different runs. Then you had the Iron Man 2020 and
Gale
Bendis been on it. I didn't know Gale's a long run Iron Man.
Yeah, it wasn't a long run. It was just like, so I don't know if you remember when they did like the War of the Realms shit. The Iron Man book that came out then, that was Gale's. It was like 2 issues, 2 or 3 issues or something like that. So, I mean, you had multiple people writing, but the thing is, it's like, man, there really has not been, in my opinion, a definitive Iron Man run outside of maybe like, I'm talking about recently. I'm not talking about like the classic years. I'm not talking about, Denny and any of that. Yeah, those are goated, whatever. But I'm talking about like recent. I'm talking about recent Iron Man, and yeah, Fraction, Cantwell. I really can't think like, and I could make a case for Infamous Iron Man, but that's not a Tony Stark book. That's a Doom book.
Yeah.
That's a Doom book that occasionally has Riri in it.
Hey, I never thought about it till you just said it. That motherfucker was writing 3 Iron Man books at the same time.
Yes, he was.
Bendis had Infamous, he had Invincible, and then he had International.
Yep.
Because that was Tony and Mary Jane. But that's the point, though. All these creators that have been Bendis, Fraction, Cantwell, Kieran Gillen, Dan Slott, Jared Duggan. Can nobody point me to a good Iron Man run that wasn't back in the day when he was a damn drunk?
Man was off the dude. And here's the thing: he was a drunk for a while. Like, cause a lot of people focus on the demon in the bottle part. They focus on that one issue where he haggard, face all haggard on the cover. It actually runs deeper than that. Because like that was this cover, the one that everybody's thinking about, That's just one issue. That motherfucker was off the sauce. Motherfucker was that man. He was off that white lightning. He was off that white lightning. For like a solid 2-3 some years. It felt like. Motherfucker was hanging out with hookers and homeless women. Man, I was like, wait, this is about a bitch. But no, so what was the temperature check on that Bendis run? So here's the thing.
I don't really hear anyone. The art was good. I remember the art was good. The art was was that Carlos Pacheco?
Yes, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. So the Bendis run, I thought it was fine. It didn't light my world on fire. It didn't make me become an Iron Man stan or anything like that. It was just, you know what it was? It was serviceable. It was a serviceable run. It did what it needed. To me, honestly, the thing I think is the best thing about the Bendis run was when Mary Jane got involved in the proceedings and the Ironheart stuff. I actually thought that was pretty cool. But outside of that, I was just kind of it's whatever. And admittedly, I'm not the biggest Iron Man guy. It takes a special writer to be able to write Iron Man and make him interesting to me. It just, it takes a lot. Blackgate Comic Geek right here said, Tom Brevoort said no viable black male mutants. So why doesn't the game announce Sync, Gentle, Manifold, Triage solos, or have them lead team? So here's the thing. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it as a buck as humanly possible with you, because I know you and I are on the same page. But it is why I made it is why I made this video. It was why I made this video. I literally sat down and I was like, no, this is not true. This is not true. Look at all the Negroes on the page. When Tom said that ignorant ass shit, I knew off top that he was talking out of his ass. And I was like, look, I literally, how many, let's count them up. 1 Negro, 2 Negro, 3 Negro, 4 Negro, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 Negroes on the screen right now that each of them should be household names. At least half of them should be household names by now. And guess what? They are not treated as such. They are not treated as such because no one knows what to do with them. And yes, we have gotten Ransom. Ransom, that's another one added to the list. And here's the thing. Yeah. And I want to make sure I go back to this. This is just the men. There's tons of black female mutants that are viable other than Storm that we don't talk about. But the thing is, everyone always hyper-focuses on Bishop and Storm. Whenever you, it pisses me off because I think while Tom is good and out of goddamn pocket, Tom is all the way out of pocket on this shit. I think the readership is partially to blame as well.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Whenever I see people talking about black X-Men online, the discourse always focuses around Storm and Bishop. Even whether it's positive or negative, it always focuses around them. People are not talking about these other characters the way they probably should. And I think it's one, because a lot of people don't know these characters. A lot of people don't know. Here, let me pull this back up. A lot of people don't know that Gentle is a thing. A lot of people don't know that, first off, let me go and address this right here. A lot of folks don't even know that Sunspot is Afro-Latino. A lot of people don't know that because of how inconsistently they color that motherfucker when he's in books. In one book, that motherfucker light bright 2 shades from white. The next book, he might be a little brown. The next book, he might be kind of medium beige. The next book, he might just be white.
I want to hit on what you just said because that was actually the really, because you said it's partly the readership's fault, and I don't want that to get lost on anybody because those same individuals that will say it's not you, but it's more than just Aurora and Bishop. Okay, cool. Then you'll have a book that'll come out with because I just saw fucking Comic Breakdown bring up Sync, because that's a book I want to read. But
Yeah.
say there was a Sync book, a Gentle book, a Manifold book. Man, I'm not reading that shit. Where Bishop and them at?
No,
and then you complain. And then you fucking complain when you don't say, like, come on, man.
Dude.
Yes, Marvel is absolutely to blame, because sometimes they will do this bullshit. They will do this thing where they will put out a book that someone would want, but the creative team ain't the best, and then you wonder why that book is not selling. But going back to it, when you are one of those individuals that say you want these things so bad, but when they come, where is you are to blame, people.
Right? No,
you're to blame, people.
It's the readership. We are the problem. We are the fucking. I'm not me personally. But some of y'all. Yeah, some of y'all look because some of y'all watched that video I made recently talking about how Icon has joined the DC Comics universe, and I know some people got a little hot with me because of what I said. Because I said, yeah, it's some of y'all are the problem.
Yeah,
you motherfucker. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes.
You know why he can say that, though? Because a lot of y'all, this is how I'm going to do this. This is why he says that a lot of y'all are to blame.
Mm-hmm.
Ernie, me, say Comic Breakdown because he in here. You all will watch a video. You all will watch a video from Comic Breakdown. You all will watch a video from the Blerd Without Fear. You'll sit here and you'll watch a Blerd Cave of us talking about a comic and then don't read it.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
We talk to him.
Are reading these books to give you all our insight and our opinions on these books, and then I don't know if it's being cheap. I don't know if it's being lazy. I don't know if maybe it's a combination of the two. But you'll sit there and you'll watch that shit, and then just say, "All right, I read it." Nah, you didn't, motherfucker. And then you get mad when these books get canceled,
but you wasn't reading
when
them.
You weren't even reading and buying them.
So here, I'm gonna hit you with something. I'm gonna hit you with some wild shit. So check this out.
Yeah.
What if I told y'all? Like, hear me out. I want to pitch something. This is my pitch meeting, y'all. This is my pitch meeting.
Uh-oh.
What if I told y'all? Here, I'm gonna move because I want y'all to see this.
Okay.
Which, by the way, thank you, Black Gay Comic Geek, for that, because you just said something that you've said something that, once again, I think bears repeating ad nauseum. These are things these are discussions that need to be had. But what if I told y'all, I said, hey, y'all, check this out. Your boy got a call from Marvel. Marvel said, hey, Blerd, we saw the last episode of Blerd Cave. You were absolutely positively 100% right. You know what? We think that you should come on and write a book for us. And you know what? You can make it about any character you want. You have complete and total creative reign. Yada, 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 blah, 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 whoop-de-woo. You tell the whole story that you want. And let's say like 6 months from now, y'all on Bleeding Cool or some shit, and y'all see, oh man, Marvel announces YouTuber Blerd Without Fear is writing a new series, giving a cult X-Men character his first ever solo comic, and it's called The Insatiable Maggot. Would y'all buy that book? Like, real talk, like, tell me, would y'all buy that book? Would you buy it? I'm asking, would you buy it? Cause I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Do y'all know how bad I would flame the fuck out of this entire chat if I get that book and then Marvel and Tom Brevoort come back to me and talk about some, well, Blerd, we're gonna have to cancel you at issue 10 because yeah. Look, we know, Blerd.
Your Heart of Darkness is coming. I know your Heart of Darkness is coming, big dog. They not giving you 10.
Yeah, no. They'll give me 5. They give
you 5, and it ain't even full issue. You gonna be in the back arm
Look, wait a minute.
Them goddamn ads.
Wait,
we ain't doing that. We
wait
ain't
a
doing
minute.
that. We
I can
keep
see
it
it.
realistic today.
I can see
We
it
ain't
now.
doing this.
Marvel announces that the upcoming issues of Storm are going to have backup stories written by Blerd Without Fear. They're going to be 3 pages each. That's what they'll do. But like I'm just saying, Marvel would literally use me as a sacrificial Negro just to prove that black characters aren't viable. Because what'll happen is that book comes out and it doesn't do numbers. They're not gonna put the onus on them, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They'll put the book out, they won't advertise it because they're gonna be expecting me to advertise that motherfucker. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's got a platform. He's got 100-some thousand subscribers. Yeah, he could probably get this book off the ground and he doesn't even need us to do anything. We don't even have to spend a single dime in ad revenue and marketing money for this shit. They just give it to him. Yeah, fuck it. Let him have 5 issues.
No. That thought actually came in my head when I saw your Ironheart video this morning.
Oh,
We ain't got to promote it. We can let the ball dude do it.
Yeah.
We gonna send the nigga some stickers. Like,
but that's the thing though. Look, and look. I'll take maggot out of it. Here. Look, here, check me out. Check me out.
man, please.
Even if they said, "Hey, Blerd, you know what? Fuck it. You want to write whoever the fuck you want?" How many of y'all motherfuckers been begging? I know that some of y'all motherfuckers been out here begging. Looking like Tyrone Bigum's out here, like scratching your neck and shit. Talking about some, man, y'all got any more of that Monica Rambeau out here? Yeah, I done seen y'all motherfuckers out here like that.
Jazz.
Look,
That'd be jazz.
yeah, be like sitting here talking about some, man, y'all, man, sure would be nice to get a little bit more of that photon. Ooh. Look, but no, what if Marvel was like, hey, you know what? We did slick tease that Monica Rambeau is a mutant now. Man, how cold would it be if we said, hey, Blerd, you know what? Fuck it. Man, you want to write you want to give us an update on that Monica Rambeau right quick? You want to give us a little you want to give us a little of that photon action right there? You want to write us a little photon series? And hey, you know what? You could even put her and Blue Marvel back together. We don't even give a fuck because we ain't using that Negro anyway. We don't put him in nothing unless Al Ewing is writing it. So yeah, you can put them back together. We don't even care. You can do whatever you want. And here's the thing, if I get that book and I wrote it, and even if they gave me like a fire artist, look, fuck it. They could have gave me Pepe. They could have gave me Pepe.
I was gonna ask you, who would you want to be your artist on your Marvel Voices one shot?
Wait a minute. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
I'm just asking.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you who I want, man. I tell you who I want. Because I want to fuck with my peoples. I want to fuck with my peoples. So it would be people who I've talked to.
Okay.
Would the temptation be there for me to like shoot my shot and try and get the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the room? Sure, that would be the temptation. But actually, I would probably hit up somebody like a Sean Damian Hill, a Ray Anthony Height. I'd hit up Damon. Be like, hey, Damon, like, I know you busy in the motherfucker right now, but look, man, this opportunity right here. We gonna be in Marvel Voices, baby. Let's do this. Like, that's the type of shit I'm on, because I'm like this. The people who fuck with me, those are the people who I want to fuck with. So, like, when
Somebody said Sanford.
Yeah, Sanford. I would be like, hey, Sanford, what's up? Cause look, I could tell y'all some stuff about how dirty Marvel used to do Sanford. I could tell y'all, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
I would actually hate that, because these would be, oh my God, the ego you already have would be
no.
Ernie was to get a Marvel one shot. We not even the fact that it's just a Marvel Voices. It's Ernie Carruthers and Sanford Green on art.
Yeah.
The ego would be astronomical.
Dude, y'all would never be able. Look, do y'all know
that nigga's ego would be an Avengers level threat if he got a Sanford Green and him book to come out.
Let me keep it. Let me keep it a buck with y'all. Let me keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all would never hear the fucking end of me. Do you know that? Y'all would never hear the end of
Yes,
me.
if he get the issue. We ain't even talking about if y'all don't read it and he snapped because he gave y'all what y'all wanted.
Oh,
Lord.
and here,
I
look.
couldn't be here for them blur caves. I couldn't be here for
Oh
them.
no, y'all, dude.
Mm-mm.
Look, let me. And here, look. I'll put it right here too. Look, Gary just came in here and said, "Man, look, dude, I'll draw it. I'm no slouch." And here's the thing, he ain't lying. Gary ain't lying. Gary ain't lying. Gary ain't no slouch. Gary bad
heard
motherfucker too.
opportunity and slid in this motherfucker like James Brown. That boy heard opportunity and came in.
Wait a minute. Wait. Why the fuck I hear? You know that clip of James Brown motherfuckers always be playing. When that motherfucker come up, he be like sweating like a motherfucker.
You already sweating like that. Oh, bro.
Look, motherfuckers coming.
We're having too much fun today.
We really are. Look, let me fucking stop. Let me fucking stop. But no, but here's the thing. Yeah, like thing is, I fucks with my peoples. I fucks with my peoples. So if that's kind of my thing. So like, I would want the artist that literally does what I need to do, like fits the vibe. Cause don't get me wrong. If I could get a Dan Mora or like a fucking Pepe Larraz or a fucking David Marquez or Brian Stelfreeze or Daniel Acuna or some shit like that, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't turn them down. Look, if a Ryan Otley or Daniel Warren Johnson or somebody like that, hell, if Gavin, because I know Gavin busy, I don't know if Gavin's here, but if Gavin in this motherfucker, like if Gavin was free, look, if any of the motherfuckers like, hey, yeah, man, dude, I'll draw a book for you, don't think I would turn it down. Okay? Don't think for 5 seconds I would try. Look, okay, first off, okay, let's not be crazy here. But if Peach came up in here and said, hey, Blerd, I'll fuck with you on a book, dude, what idiot do I look like? To be like, nah, Peach, I ain't got time for you. Shit. I'm just saying, I would do it. But I mean, yeah, if Marvel gave me my pick of the litter, there's lots of artists I would fuck with. There's lots of artists. But see, the thing is, I would always want to keep it with those people who I have rapport with, because it's going to be so much easier to be like, hey, this is, like, case in point, that's why Quinn was picked for Heart of the Darkness. I had my pick of different artists that I could have reached out to. I know, look, artists with way bigger profiles than either he or I that I could have reached out to. But I said, no, I want somebody who is actually from Memphis, who when I say, hey, can you draw the inside of the Hickory Hood Mall? I know they're going to know what I'm talking about. I know they're gonna. Hey, can you draw him like this, with the black mouth? They're gonna know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it. When I say, hey, can you put him in the car on 22s or some shit? They're not gonna have to look it up. They're just gonna know what I'm talking about. But yes, that's where I'm at with that. So yeah, if Marvel was like, man, dude, yeah, we'll give you the book. Yeah, we'll give you the book. We'll let you have the book. But yeah, who do you want on it? Yeah, I'm gonna ask motherfuckers I know. I'm gonna ask motherfuckers, but like no bullshit. I would literally be like, I gotta. Hell, fuck it. I'll say this shit. I was literally just talking to Damon the other day about some shit. You know, I was talking like I haven't really sat down and talked with Gavin about anything, but like I've kind of like put the feeler out, be like, hey man, Gavin, what's your rate looking like? What the page rate look like? Yeah, that because motherfuckers, I like to know. I like to know shit. I like to know shit just in case, because I might be like, okay, let me go ahead, so I know how much bread I need to ask for on this Kickstarter so we can make this happen. But there's lots of motherfuckers out there. There's a couple of Latino motherfuckers out here that I fuck with, that I've talked to about who's some bad motherfuckers too. Like I said, man, don't get me wrong, I know some motherfuckers. I know shit. I know peoples. But yeah, if they did, I mean, yeah, that's to kind of get back to my original point though. We have a absolute embarrassment of riches. Embarrassment of riches when it comes to black characters. Fucking embarrassing that we have this many fucking characters that no one's fucking doing anything with. in the X-Men. Shameful. Absolutely, positively shameful. Hell, why do we not have because we got all these random motherfuckers with books in the From the Ashes era. Where's Temper's book?
These random motherfuckers.
Yeah, like I don't need no Psylocke book. I don't need no like Laura Kennedy had plenty of books. She good. She can take a knee for a minute. That's what. Okay, fuck it. I'ma say it. That's why y'all don't get no books. That's why all these characters don't get no books. They too busy giving it to these other motherfuckers that had plenty. Okay. Yeah, they've been giving it to too many, like, dude, I mean, yeah, Magic, cool, she can have a book because she don't always get a book. But like, we're talking, and Psylocke don't always get a book either. But Laura Kinney, she don't need no book right now. She can take a knee for a few years, let somebody else get some of that limelight.
I say years.
Yeah, let me at least take 2 years off so a motherfucker, like, let somebody else get this shit. Let somebody else get it. Goddamn. Ain't no excuse why Sync ain't got a book. Motherfucker was leader of the goddamn X-Men. Leader of the goddamn X-Men and ain't got no book. Ain't this about a bitch? Cyclops had at least 3 or 4.
He was the leader of the Krakoan X-Men. That don't count according to Tom unless he needs to pull from something. He don't had no reason to pull the Krakoan leader of the X-Men into nothing. He tried it with NYX, and what'd you do, Carruthers? You bitched and whined about it. Rightfully so, but that's what you did when he gave it to you. So you know what? Since the bald black man wants to complain when I do give him what he asked for, I ain't giving him nothing.
You know what? I can literally see the inside of the X office now. That motherfucker saw that video where I was clowning them for how they did Sync, and that motherfucker was like, cancel that shit. He's like, cancel that shit. Fuck him. Man. That man said, no. He want to talk some shit? Get him up out of here.
Darwin's still trapped with the children of the vault. Stop asking all these goddamn questions you ain't gonna get answers to, boy. Haven't you listened to anything in this Blerd cave? You asking too many questions. Pocket saying that's what's gonna happen in your ass. Don't ask any fucking questions.
Look,
you know you ain't gonna get no answer.
Wait, no, you know what Tom Brevoort gonna do? He gonna do that shit like Blackbush. He gonna be like, Darwin? Spill the water and take on running. He be like, oh shit.
That's not these goddamn questions. What said Darwin in the vault? Boy, if you don't sit down.
Look, that man said.
Don't let Tom say that to you like that. Pepper spray him. No, but you ain't getting that, big dog.
Look,
you ain't getting that.
Dude, Tom would have to be brought up on charges. He'd have to be brought up on charges. There ain't no way.
What you asking about Darwin in the vault for? I gave you Bishop fighting people in the vault. What you at? I gave you one of you people. I gave you one of them. Ask not a question.
Look, let me ask you this: why have we gotten in the Krakoan era? I want y'all to think about something. Yeah. We got 3 cable books in the Krakoan era.
Yuck! It was Kid Cable. That don't count.
Oh. I don't. he's like no.
I don't know. He will forever constantly bring them up. I don't care about Damian Summers because that's what the fuck that was. That was Damian Wayne for Mutants. That is all Kid Cable was. It was Damian Summers. Period.
That was. I mean, you're not wrong.
Count. That don't count.
You ain't wrong.
Yuck.
Look, they gave us X Corp. They gave us what was it? Fallen Angels.
Yep.
Like they gave us all this. Like, they gave us a lot of bullshit. There was a lot of bullshit that came up during the Krakoan era. But like my thing is like there's no excuse why some of these other characters. Because here's the thing. You know why they're not viable? You didn't give them a chance. Tom and the rest of the editors.
Everybody.
They didn't give him a chance. They like okay. You want to know why Storm is popular? I can tell you why Storm is popular. Because she's always fucking around. Now, it's not to say she's not written well, but I'm just saying the reason why Storm's cachet is as high as it is because she was always consistently visible. She was always on the team. She was always being showcased. She was always on covers. And she was always, for the most part, made to look cool. And that is something that is well within the control of the creative team. So I guarantee you, if you actually took characters like Sync, Prodigy, Darwin, Ransom, so on, so on, so on, so on, so forth. You took those characters and actually put them in books consistently, showcase them being badasses consistently, always having them on covers consistently, then yeah, I guess they would be fucking popular and everybody would always be fucking talking about them. But that's just it. Bishop and Storm have been allowed to have that. None of these other characters have. And that's what I think people really need to focus on. And I think it's up to, here's the thing. It's up to us. It is up to us to actually hold these people accountable. It is up to us.
Holding yourself accountable as well for buying the fucking books that you complain and you're not getting.
So, like, yeah, it just, even if it's not a solo title, if you're someone who, like, if you loved Sync the way I love Sync, did you buy Jerry Duggan's X-Men? Because if you didn't, sit down. You have to buy the books that they show up in because Marvel pays attention to that. And I think I've said this before, and here, I'm actually going to implore you guys. Here's some homework for this weekend.
This week.
Go watch my last conversation with Joe Casey. Go check out, like it was for Weapon X number 5. There's a point where he and I actually talk about who actually dictates what you get. And it ain't editorial as much as you might think. It's the fucking accountants. Ben Affleck is out here dictating who you get on a book all the time.
I got a question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
I got a question for you. Because I just wondering, if you knew you were guaranteed a Gentle, a Ransom, a Manifold, a Maggot, would you be okay with Storm taking a knee?
Yes, I would be. Because, I mean, yeah, like, here's the thing. Especially after what we're getting currently, I'm like, man, this is like the definitive Storm run. So, like, if Storm, like, just say, hey, we're just going to put Storm on the Avengers of the X-Men or something, we're not going to do any more Storm, like, solo.
Gangster way to put that. That was a really good way of you to put that.
Yeah.
This is a genre. Yeah.
Yeah, like this right here, this is the, like, okay, kind of like how we talk about, like, oh, man, Daredevil. Mark Waid, that's like one of the definitive Daredevil runs. We talk like we were talking about Iron Man. I was like, dude, Christopher Campbell, that's a definitive Iron Man run. You want to talk about Captain America, Ed Brubaker, Ta-Nehisi Coates, those are definitive runs.
That's a run. I get you. That's a run where you can legit just recline and chill because you did it. So you rightfully take that. Okay, that's a dope way to put that. That's a dope way to put that. Okay.
That's a run where you could be like, hey, they're coming out with the new Storm movie. Hey, what did y'all read to, like, get prepared? You could be like, yeah, man, I read the Marewa Ayadeli run of Storm. And like that, it would literally be like, it would just roll off the fucking tongue. It just roll off the fucking tongue. But that's the thing, though. I think that sometimes, now, if I had it my way, in a perfect world, I would rather it be Storm have a solo and then, maybe have another black character have a solo. But if I had to do it, I mean, I would do it because, honestly, I feel like Storm has had her time. But I also feel like there are so many characters, like Gambit don't need no solo book. Wolverine can take a knee for a minute. Let some of these, like, put that same energy that y'all put into these other books, put it in these black books when they come up. And the thing is, don't just put them in the solo titles, put them in the other titles. So if one of your favorite black characters is in Excalibur, then you better be fucking buying Excalibur. Because you know what they're going to say if the Excalibur sales are low? When you're asking, let's say, argument's sake, let's just say Temper is on Excalibur for whatever reason. And if people are like, man, I really wish Temper would get a book. But then, like, Excalibur sales are in the toilet. The bean counters at Marvel ain't going to be like, well, we can take a chance. They're going to be like, nah, man, she was in Excalibur and that shit didn't hit. So, no book for her. That's what they're going to say. So you need to support the character at every single fucking echelon and tier to guarantee that success. That's just what it is. Because a lot of times when people when people dictate what books are going to be coming out, when creative teams are putting together books, for one, they're going to be putting their favorite characters on. That's what they're going to be doing. And then they're going to be putting whatever characters on that editorial wants to be there. Because I talked with Gail about this when she was talking about how she decided who was on the Uncanny team. She said it. She was like, I just put my favorite characters on there. And then whoever Tom wanted me to put on. That was it.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any more? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got some more. We got some more here. Let's hit these. We got one from Sidious Black with the 5 says, have you fellows read that Bloodletter book from Todd? Actually, that is not from Todd. That is
just gave McFarlane a book. That's Joseph Village.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's Joe Illidge and that's Joe Illidge and Tim Seeley. Is it any good? Would you recommend it? I actually got to read it. It is very good. I do like, and this is coming from a guy who's not much of a Storm, almost said Storm, because we were talking about Storm. Not much of a Spawn fan. I'm not a big Spawn guy, but I actually did enjoy the book. It's actually got some cool stuff in it, and it's got 2 writers on it that I trust. I trust Joe. I trust Tim. So. Excusez-moi, but yeah, I do recommend it. If you haven't read it yet, go pick it up. I think the first issue just came out not too long ago. Second issue, I think, is on the horizon. We've also got, with the 5, with LP3, said, Ernie, that goes back to you saying RDJ is essentially what made Iron Man interesting. So many great writers couldn't make people check for Iron Man. And that's true. That's true. So, and I like I said, I think that sometimes it's misfortune. Because by the time RDJ came along and really put people on game about who Iron Man was and like what his personality could be, by that point, you didn't really have people on Iron Man that was really like taking care of that book like that. That was like, it's a two-way street. You got to have the creative team. You got to have the creative team in sync with the with the readership. It just wasn't hitting like that. And sometimes people get put on books that they don't even want to be on. That's another thing I think a lot of y'all don't know about the industry. Sometimes when you read a book, there are some people who have taken books for Marvel that have openly admitted that they weren't good fits for it, but they had to do it. So because basically if you turn down work,
you ain't getting no more work.
Because I actually, and here, so the comics industry, like being a creative and getting jobs from publishers, it's no different than when I am asked to do interviews by certain entities, whether it be Dynamite, Boom, IDW, Dark Horse, DC, Marvel. If I ever start turning interviews away, and I'm not saying they all do this, but this is just something I've noticed about. And it's not just comics, it's the video game industry as well. Video game industry is very much like this. You start turning down review copies of games and chances to try out games before everybody else, you'll stop getting them. Like, not all of them, but like the people who offered it to you, they're going to be less likely to offer the next time, and the time after that, and the time after that. It's the same with creatives in the industry. If you start turning jobs away, it could potentially affect your ability to get another job in the future. And then we got another here from Blackgate Comic Geek says, part of it is also people nowadays buy books for the creative team over the character itself. Nobody cared about Aquaman until Johns and... Yeah, this is true. This is actually 100% true. Because I'll be honest with you, I wasn't checking for Aquaman until that Jeff Johns run. But goes on to say, for Sync, you need heavy hitters on it. Then you give it to lesser known writers. That's like, you don't give Sync to someone that doesn't at least have a name. Yeah. Like a name that like people know or recognize. Like,
you use me as an example. You don't give Sync to me.
No.
You write a nigga that has never written a comic book a day in his fucking life. Yeah, I can talk about him all the live long day. Well, I've never written a book before in my life. You don't give that book to me.
You want to get like a David F. Walker. You want to get a Sanford Green. You want to get a Jeffrey Thorne. You want to get a Joe Illidge, or you want to get a Brandon Thomas. You want to, or hear me out. A Nicholas Draper Ivy, a Vita Ayala, so on, so forth. You want to get people who already kind of have a name in the business and can actually like give you a little something like that. That name can kind of get the book popping off a little bit. That's what you really need. But that's just that's just the reality of the matter. Now, it is to say that you can get lesser known because once again, in the case of, well, technically this one's not a fair one. I would almost say you could take Some books like what's a good example?
Somebody I think would do well on Sync because I think their resume has been well established. Okay, this is somebody who, because he's already done it with a Marvel character before, he's already done it with DC, where you're doing a book to where people don't expect it to do well, and it blows several other books out of the water. Tom Taylor.
Yeah, you could. You really could. Tom Taylor could do it.
Nobody expected DC's to be good. Nobody expected Dark Knights of Steel to be good. Nobody expected all new Wolverine to be good with a female Wolverine. And that was one of the best goddamn books that all new Marvel had at that time.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna piggyback something I just saw in the chat. Yeah, don't give Sync to Kevin Graveau. Please don't. Please don't.
Don't ever do that, man. No.
No, I mean, look, I'm sure Kevin's a nice guy, but I don't want to see Kevin Graveau's Sync. I don't. And it's also because I know some things about Kevin Graveau that actually kind of play into that a little more than anything else. Yeah. I'll just say that. I know some things about K Griv that I'm good on. But no, thank you for that. 1999 super chat. And we also got another one here. This is from Joel C. Hooked you up, did 20. Said, yo, Storm is so popular because she's a savage. She's a mutant Asada Shakur. Put some respect on her name. I mean, no, you're not wrong. I'm not saying anyone was wrong about that. But the thing is, what also played into that was that Chris Claremont wrote her like a boss. Okay. There's a pair of documentaries I actually recommend everyone watch. I've talked about them before. One of them is called Chris Claremont's X-Men. Another one is called She Makes Comics. There's two things that are common. Two things that are common between both of those documentaries, outside the fact they kind of reuse footage between each other because they're made by the same company. But a lot of the women who speak about Storm, because there's a point where some of the women talk about their favorite X-Men, because they were talking about comics that really brought female readership to comics in a way that had not been seen, since a lot of people don't know this. Carter, were you aware that there was a time where women read more comics than men? Or what I really mean is girls read more comics than boys. Did you know that? So yeah, back in like the 40s and 50s, comics were not considered a boy thing. They were actually considered more of a girl thing. A lot of people don't remember that. And then like somewhere in like when you get to like the late 50s, early 60s, 70s-ish, it became more of a boy thing. And then when you get in that documentary, there's a point where they talk about how X-Men really brought in female readership and got it like almost back to where it used to be, where there were more girls reading than boys. But that's not important. The important part was almost every woman that they spoke to in that documentary, when they were talking about, their favorite X characters, most of them said Storm. And not all of them were black. Most of the women they spoke to were white. And what did they talk about? Storm was powerful. She had presence. She had gravitas. She was always around. She was always consistent. And that's the thing. That's what really set the table for that. So it's not just so much there's a lot of booking behind the scenes that goes into that. So I don't ever want that to be lost. But it's also consistency in how you show the character. If they gave that same respect that Chris Claremont gave to Storm to all these other characters, I promise you, there would be tons of black characters who people would be talking about in the same conversation as Storm on a regular basis. But that said, that's another story altogether. That I don't want to get any further afield than that. Right here. Nerd Large just kind of echoed. So he said, Kevin's a super Christian. He'd have Sync become a pastor in the book, and he ain't lying. And I don't want that. He'd keep that. Also, shout out to Fabric86 over on the Streamlab side, who hit us real quick. Says, this is actually for you, Carter. Let's see here. This is
what can I do for you, Fabric?
Says, question, the engineer from Superman 2025, wifey, yes, or of heck yes?
don't feel like you could make her the wife, because I feel like if she were to hear that she has to take your name to have and to hold, and sickness, because I feel like as soon as you get sick, you gone. You about it.
Yeah. You getting
But,
boot.
but Fabric, if you are the type, because you said the engineer, so if you're in the Rhea Ripley realm of wanting to get beat up and stepped on, that is completely fine. If now I'm thinking about that Family Guy scene of Peter Griffin coming into the kitchen crying, and Brian asked him, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "Last night, Lois was the man." That's the first thing pops in my head.
Yeah, no, that's 100% what I was thinking too. That's 100%
But
what I was
I have
thinking as
not
well.
seen Superman yet to know any more of what you're talking about. I'm actually going to see it next week.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, I'm gonna look at it again, because I've seen some images of how she looks, and I know how she look in Fortnite. So that's all I'm gauging it off of.
This motherfucker said I didn't seen the Fortnite fit.
Leave me alone. Because I didn't see her anywhere during the premiere that was downtown LA. I didn't see her at all. I saw Rachel, because I didn't realize Rachel Brosnahan was so goddamn pale. Good Lord.
Dude,
But,
you know what I didn't realize?
What's
I
that?
didn't realize that she was on Deadly Class.
Really?
Yeah, she was on Deadly Class.
So I'm going to see the movie Monumental Comics. I have
he's
adult things to do. I just can't go see it when everybody else go to see it. I know how to drop off the grid like some of y'all don't. I know how to drop off the grid and not get shit spoiled for me and still stay on the internet doing stuff. So I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go see it.
I'm about to say, well,
but who is she on Deadly Class?
So here, let me pull let me pull this up. I'm gonna show you. Let's see here. Bam, 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 bam. So on Deadly Class, here, let's see. Maria Gabriella DeFara. On here it is, Deadly Class. I'm trying to remember the character's name. She was Maria. She was the one that was in the oh my god. The one that had like the Day of the Dead makeup.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly who
the one that
about.
had the she was the one that had the Day of the Dead makeup for the little bit of time that they gave her on the show. But yeah. But she was cool. She was cool. I liked her. She didn't really, she was actually, that's another show that got hoed. But no, what I was gonna say is we also got another one here. This is Nerd Large with the 21 months in the Blur Club. Silver Mine says, Merry Xmas in July. Pusha E, Callus.
A nasty way to get out of saying Clips' name. Have you heard that yet?
No, what?
Clips dropped a new album.
No, I did not know. I did not know.
Yeah,
is
they
it
had.
good?
There was a whole. So. No. Because I was going to say something else. No. I can't. It was two things I was going to say to you. One, I'm surprised you didn't know that the album was coming out, because there's been a lot of controversies around it, because one of the songs on there, Chains and Whips, has Kendrick Lamar on it. Ooh. And there was this whole big deal about the label that they were previously on not wanting Kendrick's verse on it because of the Drake and Kendrick thing. That was the first thing I was going to say. Yeah, but they left. I think they left the label and they put out the album. The album's doing really, really well. Now the second part of it was, I don't know if the album is all the way good, because once I get to the third song, which is called POV, I just replay that song like 4 times. POV is ridiculous. POV is absolutely insane, and I can't tell if it's the rapping that I like or is it that beat, because that beat is disgusting from Pharrell. But it's Clips and Tyler the Creator on a song, because Tyler is a huge Clips fan, so they put him on that song. That song is nasty. I can't get past POV.
Bruh.
So for 3 songs, oh yeah, that shit is fire. I just don't know about the rest of the album.
So apparently, yeah, like I'm looking it up now. Like I had no idea this was like going on apparently, but I'm looking at it now and it's like I'm seeing like all kind of shit about it now. Like apparently he wanted to be on 2 tracks. Kendrick. He wanted to be on 2 tracks with Clips.
Yeah, but Chains and Whips was the one where the label was trying to get them to take his verse off or something like that, and because of the Drake stuff, because apparently his verse made it seem like he was talking to him, but it was before the beef, but they didn't want any hostilities. But it was mess.
They was real scared.
Either way,
Scared.
3 songs in, I get to POV. POV is like my favorite song on this thing so far. I think it's like 10 or 11 tracks.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah. Let me.
But
oh wait. I want.
It's called "Let God Sort 'Em Out."
Yeah. That's it. Yep. So basically I'm pulling this shit up now so I can peep it after the show. Yeah, this is gonna get listened to after the show. Yeah. We about to just go ahead and add that whole album on there.
So the show is over with. I just want you to play POV. I want to see your reaction to that beat. That shit is
yes.
But
let's carry on.
Let's get to these questions in Discord real quick. We talking like we ain't live.
It became. You know what? See, this is how y'all got me. Y'all started talking shit about Tom Brevoort, and I couldn't let it go. I had to. Yeah. I had to say something. So let's run through these questions on the cave. Right, we actually don't have very many, so let's keep it with what we got.
We do not. All right. First question from Elite X1. I loved Ironheart and the huge, long-awaited MCU villain reveal in the last episode. But knowing how Disney rolls with these shows and movies sometimes, do you think they may have set up again for more unresolved? Do you think they may have set it up again for more unresolved stingers? I seriously hope not. Well, considering when this was originally supposed to come out, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers and stuff talk about this, that the stuff when this was supposed to come out, a lot of the shit that Marvel does, they don't do anymore. So I could very easily sing a lot of this shit with Mephisto, with Riri, spoilers if you hadn't watched Ironheart, with Zelma and Parker Robbins and this, that. I honestly, I don't think you are going to get them resolved, or I could be wrong. They might pull a Brave New World where you getting shit in the Incredible Hulk resolved in a Captain America movie. You might get the shit with Parker Robbins and Mephisto resolved in the next Marvels movie with Kamala Khan. Who knows? But I personally think that, I think these are just going to be unresolved.
Yeah, I think if they do get resolved, I don't think it's going to be in an Ironheart season 2 unless those streaming numbers are absolutely goated. Unless those streaming numbers are absolutely goated, because here's the thing, it doesn't matter if the streaming numbers are good. They're going to have to be better than anything else. Because, don't get me wrong, I liked Ironheart a lot, but with Black projects, they have to get twice the results. As something else, like it would have to do twice as good as Hawkeye to get considered for another one. And remember, Hawkeye was considered for a season 2, and the only reason it didn't happen was because they didn't want to pay Jeremy Renner what he was worth. So keep that in mind. Don't sit here and think, oh, Hawkeye wasn't gonna get no season. No, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was gonna get one, but they didn't want to pay your boy. So please believe that it would have happened. What's our next one? We got
next one from Q Doma saying, "Hello, Carter and Ernie. Hope your weekend is going well. I just started getting into the Apple TV shows. My question to you both is, have you checked out the show called Hello Tomorrow? I have not.
No,
any of my Apple TV viewing is done on Ernie's server. So I'm watching. I just finished watching the most recent episode of Smoke. With Journey Smollett and Taron Egerton, the old boy, the main character from Kingsman. If y'all don't know who that is, but I'm currently watching that one. I'm gonna finally sit down and see Done, which is Jason Momoa is in it, that little 3 season. But Hello Tomorrow is not one that I have heard of.
I tell you what, I'm gonna check it out. I didn't know it existed. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the problem with Apple TV. Apple TV has some of the best television you can watch anywhere. Period. All their shows, like most of the time, Apple TV has shows that are like high key heat, and they do not advertise them. Like here, like check this out. Check out the roster. Like check out the roster here. So as I go down the list, tons of shows they've had that have all like been heat on some level or another. The Morning Show, C. What was the other one? Foundation, which I think just came back. Invasion was
that's the main one I hear people talking about is Foundation. That's the main one I hear everyone talk about.
And that motherfucker just came back.
Okay.
For a new season. And what was the other one? Slow Horses, Severance, Shrink. I think was it Shrinking. I think that's another one. Oh God, what was it? Your Friends and Neighbors. That's another one that I really enjoyed.
Just finished. I finished that one.
It's good.
The dude who did Banshee did that show. Slow Horses is the one that tripped me out because I did not know that Gary Oldman was just on here, and this is like season 5 or 6. Like, bro, Apple ain't promoting
dude, what was it? Did you ever watch that show Sugar with Colin Farrell?
No, when he's like the private eye or something.
Yeah,
no, but I know about
that shit. Heat. But thing is, they don't talk about it. They don't ever talk about these shows. They don't ever advertise these shows. These shows are fire. And
is Murderbot Apple? I thought it was HBO Max.
No. Murderbot.
Oh.
Murderbot. I want to say I think Murderbot is. Yeah, it is Apple. That is Apple.
It's just because I saw the boy from True Blood, so I thought it was
no. Oh, Mythic Quest. That's another one. Mythic Quest, which they literally just ended, and hell. That side quest shit that they did was kind of, which I mean, to be fair, I like the comic shop when they did with the black comic shop. That was the best one to me, period. But
did you know that was all Ashley Birch? She did that series.
Really? Wow.
Yep, that was her.
Bruh, dude, see,
yep, here's out here. Out here, big dog.
Look, man, right?
Tina is doing it,
right? Look, wait. What was it? Yo, everybody's favorite Last of Us 2 protagonist. Abby out here handling business, but no, I there's a lot of really good shit out there. They have lots of really good shows, but people don't talk about them the way that I personally feel that they should. So yeah, I will say this: if you're on Apple TV, watch any of the shows we just mentioned, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a good time. So,
last question. This will be a quick one. This is from Frominum. Yo, Carter and Blerd, have y'all read Ordeal? It's a web comic on Webtoon about supernatural action comic. Boy, spell check this did not help you. That takes place in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, I didn't
not
know
heard
about
of that one. I don't get a lot of Webtoon reading in. So I have not heard of Ordeal, but I'll look into it. I'll check it out for sure.
I mean,
but that is it for Discord. I always appreciate you all's recommendation. I'll try and pull that up now so I can have a tab for it when we are done with this, because I see how long we've been on. But I'll check out Ordeal. A supernatural comic in Trinidad and Tobago, like that almost gives me some like Shadow Man vibes or something. So yeah, I'll check it out. But that is everything from the Discord, big dog. Remember, if you all want your questions answered on Blerd Cave, do it the week or day before we go live, because if y'all put questions in there when we are live, they are not getting answered till next week.
Yes, 100%. I already got a couple of questions already like queued up, so we're just gonna kind of run through them. I think let's see, I actually see quite a few. Actually, here we go. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're good.
Let's hear it.
So first, let's see here. Let's start with have my pick of the litter here. How about here we go. This will be funny because I know you'll love it. This is about Kid Cable.
Yuck.
I knew this one would get Carter, so yeah, there you go. That's why I picked it. It says, were they truly putting Kid Cable into comic books to see if the audience would bite? And suddenly, when he became popular, they pulled a bait and switch. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. I mean, I'm sure he had his fans. I didn't like Kid Cable at first. But I feel like what happened is that people really just wanted Old Man Cable back. And they tried to keep them both around. And and at first they technically did send Kid Cable back to his time. But then they brought that motherfucker right back by popular demand, damn near. Fabian Nicieza brought the motherfucker back.
What happened? The Cable all of y'all wanted, they shot his ass into space, and then y'all got the book canceled because y'all wanted somebody from that team into a fucking X book for no good goddamn reason. So
there you
here's
go.
your sign.
There you go. I mean, that's basically it. Tubes and one. So this question, Ernie, if Milestone approached you to write a book for Milestone, what character would you choose? I would probably choose a character that is not... I'd probably pick a character that's not particularly... Man, the temptation would be to write a character that's really popular. I'll put it like this. It wouldn't be Static. It wouldn't be Static. Not because I don't like Static, but like I feel like Static has become Nicholas Draper Ivy's character, so I wouldn't want Static. And I wouldn't want Icon either because y'all would not like Icon anymore if I wrote him. That would just be a Rocket book and be done with it. And it wouldn't be Hardware because while I like the character, I would actually prefer to write a character like Technique. I would rather write like Technique, or if I had my druthers, somebody from Shadow. I would give somebody from like Shadow Cabinet. I'd give somebody from Shadow Cabinet a book. There's a character, oddly enough, a character I took a lot of inspiration from when making a character from a book I'm currently working on. There's a character named Starlight, who I really liked on that team. And she was high-key one of the most powerful members of the group, but nobody knew what the fuck to do with her. I would just write a Shadow Cabinet book. I would write a Shadow Cabinet book, if I'm keeping it a buck. But yeah, there's lots of really cool characters that were on that team that people I feel like they just did not know what the fuck to do with. Like Iron Butterfly. No one knows what to do with Iron Butterfly right now. Like she's kind of all over the place in the current Milestone stuff. And I think that it would really be nice if someone actually figured out what to do with her. And if people are wondering who I'm talking about, if you don't know who some of these characters are, they were large and in charge back in the like I said, back in the original Milestone days. Like this is actually Starlight right here off top. It's actually where I got the idea to make one of my characters the way that they work. I was like, well, shit, nobody else is doing this, so fuck it, I'm gonna do it my goddamn self. Fuck it, who cares? 2 tears in a bucket. And then when you talk about like characters like Iron Butterfly, who to my understanding is kind of Slick the Magneto. Iron Butterfly is Slick the Magneto of the Milestone universe, and no one really does anything with it. Like it's like they don't know. It's like they don't know what to do with the character. She shows up, does a thing, and just kind of like right here. This is her right here. Her whole power is control of the electromagnetic spectrum. She literally just make anything she wants out of metal. She can make giant dragons and monsters and weapons and wings and shit. Like I said, she's basic, and also a lot of people may not know this. She's actually the first Palestinian superhero of record. So yeah, that's why I say that. But yeah. So yeah, I would probably, the temptation for me is that, and this is probably why my books would never do good, is because I would want to write characters we haven't seen handled before. You know what I mean? Books, for characters that we just don't see a lot of. That said, we got another one here from LP3. So I saw a debate online, and I want to know if you, Ernie and Carter, think there are any Spidey villains that would overwhelm and or beat Batman. Oh, I know what you're talking about, because I saw this shit on Threads a while back. So apparently this conversation made its way somewhere else. But yeah, a ways back, there was some dude who posted a thing on Threads basically talking about, basically trying to make it sound like there weren't any Spider-Man villains that couldn't clean Batman's clock. And I was like, bruh. Or no, it was the other way around. They were trying to say that that Spider-Man couldn't hang with Batman's villains. And everybody was lighting that motherfucker up, like talking about some, man, Spider-Man could serve all of Batman's villains inside of a single issue. Look. like I was like, dude, how y'all think the Riddler? Look, y'all think the Riddler is gonna serve?
I was gonna say a large portion of his rogues are just normal human beings.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like questions like this, because people show how fucking dumb they are when they ask these questions. There are no powers. Riddler doesn't have any superpowers. He don't have the power to tell riddles. Like
with the power to tell riddles.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I hate these kind of fucking questions when people ask them online. This is just as bad as them deathmatch ass questions or death battle.
Oh, death battle. Yeah, because at this point it's down to. At this point, it's down to like who. It's down to recency bias a lot of the time. With
Batman would get Spider-Man would work each and every one of those people. Might even potentially accidentally kill one. Just because of his power. And I bring that up because of Superior Spider-Man. First time Doc Ock swung at like the Vulture or something, and he said it shocked him that Vulture's jaw almost came off.
Yeah.
That Parker had this much power in him, and he don't even do nothing, or he's been pulling his punches like that. No.
Mm-hmm.
What talking about?
It's a in now. I think a more interesting conversation is kind of like this one where we flip it, where what Spidey villains would be able to beat Batman. I'm like, that makes a little bit more sense. But even then, most of Spider-Man's villains, they got shit that ain't that much different. Like the ones that don't have powers, they have shit that's not too terribly far outside of the spectrum of what a Firefly or a Mr. Freeze would be like. For Batman to fight. So it's like it would be almost.
Craven would kill him.
What's that?
Craven would kill him.
Oh no, Craven. Oh, off top.
Yeah,
Batman
Craven
would be buried.
Down. Yeah, gone.
Batman would be buried.
No.
and even Doc Ock. I think Doc Ock would actually fuck up Batman, just because you're talking about somebody who, while a lot of Batman's villains are smart. A lot of his villains are also psychotic. And the thing about Doc Ock is, well, yes, you can make a case for him being psychotic. He is way more measured than any Batman villain.
You would have to take Oracle out of the equation. If you take Oracle out of the equation, because if Batman had Oracle to fight Doc Ock, I think Bruce would win. Yeah. If it's just Bruce and Otto Octavius in his suit, Otto is winning that.
Oh, off top.
The die is cast.
Look, by the end of the issue, y'all gonna find out about the latest DC Comics title called The Superior Batman. He would beat that fool so bad he would change places with him.
Who is supposed to beat Spider? Because I'm ready to go at this point. But who on Ernie? Who is beating Spider-Man? Calendar Man. Y'all think Calendar Man gonna whoop Peter Parker right now? That's what you thinking?
Nope. Not gonna happen.
Y'all think Scarface is gonna whoop Peter Parker right now?
Show fuck ain't.
What we talking about, dude?
Nah.
Come on now.
Here we got another one here. Says, this is Detrick Morton with a question. Says, with the passing of Julian McMahon, do you think Marvel will acknowledge him in Avengers Doomsday? Probably, most likely.
I would hope so.
At the very least. At the very least, they might I don't know if it'd be probably at the end of the movie. They'll probably have some memory of or something like that. Especially considering how many characters and actors from the Fox stuff. Like, there's a very high chance that there was going to be some crossover, crosstalk, or whatever there.
Maybe they could do what the Flash did. Maybe this new Doctor Doom we have with Robert Downey Jr. Maybe he sees other realities. Maybe it's a old MP4 video of Julian McMahon as Doom. Maybe we see the I can't remember his first name, but it's something Kibble. The goat leg from Four Stick. Maybe we see that Doom as well. MP4 video. Yeah. So if they would do something like that, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Tony Kebbell, I think was his name, whatever. Some shit.
There
like
you
that.
go.
Yeah. We got another one here. These are gonna be quick, so I'm gonna do both of them. We got infamous Mike Manhattan with the question says, what genre of comics would you like to see get more appreciation? Speaking for myself, I would like to see crime, fantasy, and science fiction get more attention. For me, crime. I would like to see more crime books because of New Bern. Books like New Bern and Criminal. Those books, I'm like, I'd like to see more.
And I'm happy you said that. I would like to see more crime just because anytime you bring up crime books, it's 10 times out of 10, even though he did just bring up New Bern, 10 times out of 10, it's just going to be Brubaker's name. Just all you're going to hear is fucking Ed Brubaker.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to hear. So I would like to see more crime books from other people.
Yeah. And Sam and Twitch, I do agree with the whole statement about Sam and Twitch. Because but here's the thing, though. Sam and Twitch is always hidden. It's always, like, Sam and Twitch is almost always consistently the best Spawn book. Which is crazy. You should not be able to say that Sam and Twitch is usually the bet. Like, it just but that said, there are a lot of crime books. I just wish people paid them more attention. Because we got plenty of science fiction, in my opinion. We got plenty of that. We are lousy with science fiction. I would like to see maybe horror to get more of a boost.
A good horror.
Yes,
good.
Legitimately good.
I shouldn't just see indie books being the ones that do horror, but then when you go and you see Marvel attempt to do it, there's just regular ass Marvel book. No. Good horror.
I want good horror.
Are you excited for Event Horizon? Oh, don't you have? Did you read it?
Yeah. I actually thank you for reminding me. I actually do have it. I got the first issue of it, so yeah. I gotta. I'll put it like this. It made me go back and watch the movie again to be like,
yuck.
Ooh, I was like it, well, not in like a bad way, but it was like it made me.
I know what you mean, but I couldn't go through that movie. I cannot watch that movie
because
no, sir.
Because that book, its whole purpose is to tell you what actually happened to the original crew, and I was like, ooh, damn. I was like, I don't know if I remember this. I was like, ooh, let me go back and watch. I was like, ooh, shit. So yeah, it's good. It's heat. I highly recommend it. I might try and see if I can get the creative team to come talk. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Lose my mind if you got Christian Ward for an interview, because I'm finna go crazy with the Two-Face question.
Oh man, hey, look, I would let you. And then last one is going to be Super Mishima. It says, question: with the success of the Absolute Universe, do you think it will fall prey to the same risk as the Batman Who Laughs, or has DC finally learned their lesson?
I think with this,
yeah,
I think they may have learned. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna answer that like that. I don't think they learned a lesson from the Batman Who Laughs. No. I think that just burned their pockets and they stopped. I think they need to learn the same lesson that Marvel needs to learn with these events and stuff like that. I think they learned their lesson in the sense of they're letting the creators create. I think they learned that from Young Animal with Gerard Way, because they didn't it didn't fall prey to the same risks as what you're thinking about. I don't think Absolute will either, because I think they have learned to leave Scott Snyder alone, and what they've been doing sales wise is they're enjoying those fruits. So I think they have learned, if we do leave him alone, he's not lying. He will bring us quality. Kelly Thompson been doing it. Denis Camp been doing it. Scott himself, Al Ewing been doing it. Jeff Lemire has been doing it. So I just think I don't think they have learned their lesson in the slightest. I just think, here's the way to answer the question. I think they know who to play with, and they know not to play them right now. So they're leaving them alone. That's what I think it is. They know the ones to play with and the ones not to. What about you, Ernie?
I honestly, the quick answer is I 100% agree, because I think that it's never about learning a lesson. It's only about, because it's always the wrong lesson if they do learn one at all. It's always going to be, well, they won't, like, DC will never so if a Batman Who Laughs book does not like blow out the sales charts, they're not going to say, oh, maybe we flew too close to the sun, maybe we shouldn't have oversaturated the market with the Batman Who Laughs. They're just going to say, we didn't put the right creative team on it. They're gonna hang the onus on the creative team, not themselves. Or let's say it has nothing to do with the creative team that the book didn't so well. Maybe it's just the fact they didn't advertise it good enough. They're not gonna say, oh, well, we didn't advertise it well enough, or that it's an oversaturated market on the Batman Who Laughs. They're just gonna be like, oh, the creative team didn't talk about the book enough. That's what they're gonna say. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's always going to come down to that. But, yeah, that said, you know what, y'all? Thank you guys for the show. And thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for being awesome. Thank you to JT2Shifty53 for following earlier over on the Twitch side. And also, thank you all for just being awesome and being cool and, kind of making these shows fun and making me sometimes lose track of time and shit. But I'm going to get the fuck up off here because I personally have a lot of shit to do. I have comic book covers that need to be drawn. I have comic books that need to be drawn. And before y'all run the fuck up out of here, I do have something that needs to be said. I need y'all's help. Can y'all please, once you are done, once the show is over, I need y'all to go march y'all's happy asses over. March y'all's happy asses over to the main page of the channel, because there's a new video up. Should be up now. I think it just premiered.
Got the notification.
Yep, see right there, bam. There's new video up. The new best comics. I think Saturdays and Sundays are probably when these are going to probably end up going up more likely, just because I can just chill. I don't have to rush. It's easier. It's just way easier for me. And but basically, yeah, you can kind of already get a taste right there of what books you can potentially expect to see pop up, like The Unchosen by David Marquez, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Patrick Horvath out here because they got a new follow-up to that original series, which, by the way, I don't know have you read Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Carter?
Not yet, no.
Okay. You should. I think you might like it because it's kind of almost.
Yeah, you told me about it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
It's basically almost. It's kind of not exactly in the strictest sense, but almost kind of reminds me of Dexter, the setup for the story, which is weird considering that Dexter just came back. And then Transformers, also a couple other books, and we also got some indie highlights and some stuff. I'm gonna kind of a little bit of what I was talking about in the video for the X-Men stuff with the pull box stuff and talking about the Diamond situation, a couple of more details, and but yeah, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, wild story. Y'all should totally be checking it out. But yeah, Rite of Spring #1 came out this week, and it was fire. Also, this was a week that was kind of special because no big 2 books made the list this week. It was all everybody else but Marvel and DC. That's how heat this week was. That's how heat this week was. And also, speaking of a lot of these books that we're talking about, because I think it just got brought up here in the chat, Deck It Out just said it. By the way, IDW got more additions to Global Comics. Well, you know what's kind of funny about that? They've also added a lot more. Yeah, I think because right now, I believe IDW has now added themselves to the day and date list. So y'all make sure that y'all go check that out, because it's kind of wild that that this is the case. But yeah, they're on the day and date list. So when anything new comes out of IDW, guess what? It's on Global Comics the same day as it hits stores. So and also I think they've added some new tiers for memberships. Or not new tiers, but I think there's at least a new type of membership. I'll talk about that when I can give you a little more information. But please go check it out. A lot of these books that I talk about, they're on there. So you can't say that you don't have a way to go check them out. But that said, that is the show, y'all. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. I'm gonna let Carter get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, go check out the next, or rather the latest edition of Best Comics this week. And for Carter Presents, I'm the Blerd Without Fear. And Diamond Comics.
We coming for you, nigga.